watching. All my is front like they tapping. You already know. Popping. Ain't no stopping me now, steady rocking. Watch them hate on me now cause I'm locked in. Watch the hate on me now cause I'm popping. I ain't stopping.
And the New York Giants are the Super Bowl champs.
What's going on, Giants fans, sports fans, NFL fans? Welcome back to another episode of G Nation Inside Sports. I'm your host, Big Lou. I got my boy Classified 3F with me right here. Y'all already know what it is. Getting ready to talk about this training camp and the upcoming preseason and what this team is going to look like, this 53-man roster, when September rolls around for week 1 kickoff. Joe, what you got going on with you, bro?
What? I got nothing.
Oh, you're lying. You need to turn your camera on and show these people what you've done to yourself.
I didn't do anything.
Joe looks like he got assaulted in the subway.
I got what? All right. If you want to do it right now, we can do it. For the last few days,
Sunny Entertainment, what's going on? Go ahead, Joe.
I had hater. Love is a great motivator. Everyone else can hate. We love each other. God blessed us. Four rings. He said, Giants, you're about due. You've gone through some hard times, some hard knocks here. Here's a couple more. No, thank you. So I said I got a surprise for you guys. Ta-da! Hair's gone.
You look like Jim Carrey.
I do not. I tell you what.
Okay.
I tell you what. I feel better. Still can't shave yet. I don't dare shave left-handed. Oh God, the last time I did that, move. So I trim down as much as I can.
Duran Osmond says, so fresh and so clean.
Hey, look at that. You get to see my scar. You know what I did? In 1990, I hit the wall in Talladega. Whoo, boy, that hurt. They had to go in there. I broke my face, and oh, God, it's horrible.
Look at that. Looking younger, Joel. See?
Yeah.
They like it. I'm the only one talking shit, but they all like it.
No shit, though. Look at that scar still. Huh, after 30 years.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
Joel.
yeah,
I'm going to have to put you on the corner to make some money for me.
Yeah, you definitely can see that. Tudo, he sent me word of something that just stuck in my heart. A scar is just a battlefield wound of something you won against.
What up, Big Dash? I sent you the link on Twitter. He says, oh, Joe cut the locks.
Oh, my God, I went over. Can you cut the... Are you kidding? I'll find somebody else who can. Okay. There I am.
Pat might not be joining in.
Good, Joel.
I also sent you the link, Jay-Lay. Feel free to hop in. Pat might not be joining us. I believe he's in the process of moving. So,
no, that's General Joel. General, not private. Ooh, I bet.
He said Private Joe. There goes Pat. Speak of him. Yo, Joe got a haircut.
Yep.
Big Dash says I'm hopping on. Okay, pause. You already knew that was coming when you typed that, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll let a few guys come on and then we'll start talking football here. You know, I like to shoot my shit when we start off our show.
No.
People come in.
I'll tell you
we
what,
start
guys.
late and people start joining in late. It's a late affair. So
I like growing the hair. I did like the long hair. But being one-handed, it was very, very hard to get, and my wife was brushing it out, and I got tired of it. I'm sorry, it was just too much. That's one thing she has to take care of is my hair. I rub the old scalp and it's done. Next.
See, Joe. Some of us don't have that ability to grow hair, so I'm a little mad that you
Yeah, but
got the
man,
freedom to
yeah,
cut it and grow it when you feel like it.
Don't be salty, Dash.
I
It's
look
not
at
becoming of you.
these cars, man.
Oh, I'm salty. That's what's
No,
up, though,
no,
Joe.
David bit my ass. I'm telling you. At
Hey,
20 years old.
quick question, Dash. Are you gonna be able to make it the 29th?
Nah, I ain't come. I ain't gonna be able to make it to Jersey. I got some things happening over here. I might be moving, stuff like that.
Oh man, I was looking forward to having you there, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, the crazy thing about it is I got these San Francisco tickets. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to make it to that one. I'll find out though.
In San Fran?
I got San Fran and San Fran tickets. So
What is that?
if,
Week 4?
nah, that's week 3. It's
Week
right
three.
at it's that first Thursday night football.
Oh wow!
So
How you get a
depending
Thursday night game, son? You know you got to work.
because I already took off and everything. I took off for that. Like I said, my plan is to be out here, but we'll see what happens.
Duran Osmond says back to peeling potatoes. Cool man gaming, what's going on? He says, "What's up, everyone?"
What's
Long
going
hair
on, Cool?
sucks, shampooing.
Yeah, see,
Facts, Dash.
but you got a little left though. You need more. It does. It's
You look younger though. Even though I prefer the popcorn Sutton look on you.
Yeah, I figured you would.
Look like you got a still somewhere in the woods making some good hooch. But
Yep.
now you look like the comedian that was formerly playing on In Living Color. Nah,
There's fire
he loved the left coast. He loved the left coast.
There's no fire.
What the hell? You better blow that shit out.
Nah, you know me. I love the West Coast.
No, that's why I said he loved the left coast. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Damn, son. We got to make something happen, though, because that's why we planned this so far out. I wanted everybody from the Big Blue Crew to be there, plus whoever wanted to pay tribute to Jeff. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace.
Yes, man.
Do a big
Absolutely.
celebration of life for him and have the block party at the same time. Big Pat in the building. What's going on, fam? 1/3 founding member of the Big Blue Crew. Oh, there he is. Smoke screen.
Yeah, it's my camera, man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's up, Pat?
Need one of them lens cleaners.
Nah, it's my phone got cracked and it's right over the camera. That's why it looked like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I got to buy a whole nother phone, man.
Nah, that's that new technology, son. It lets you see the aura. You see? Oh, wow. You see that? He just got blessed by the Father.
Yeah. I'm praying that I'm blessed here soon, man. Get up out of here.
Frank Wade is in the building. He said, "Crew chat, what up?"
Where you headed, Pat?
I'm still gonna be in Shreveport until Team Up Sports and everything get kicked off. But shoot, I might be in Atlanta.
Oof, that sounds good.
Hey, that's great. You be only 4 hours away from me, son. We can make a lot of in-studio film.
I'm gonna have to get you to make us a studio, man. I'm gonna help you do it, but you know how to do that shit, so I'm gonna follow your lead on it.
Pat's car filled with smoke from the Black and Miles. Big Fred's in the building. Bookend
What's up, Big Fred?
Up in smoke.
Yeah, there we go.
But that's why I ain't been doing videos and stuff. Yeah.
You got me some Doberman.
Quick question.
What's looking over Doberman? Yeah.
Quick
Doberman
question.
Dog.
Now that I got 4 scholars on the panel, football scholars. What do you see as the potential starting wide receiver core for the New York Giants so far? Just from the tidbits that we've seen in the underwear Olympics, who do you think stands the best chance to be our starting season?
Well, who you want to go first?
It doesn't matter with Mike. It's only 4 of us on here.
Well, I'll say this. I think Bryce Ford Wheaton has a chance to crack this lineup, man. They like that dude. Pause. But the official starting lineup, I think, is going to be Hodgins, Slayton, Campbell. And if they do a 4-receiver set, it's going to be Hyatt. But they might put Waller on the outside and let Bellinger run the tight end spot right there. So, I mean, this might be one of the most exciting seasons we've seen for Giants and receivers almost ever. Because remember when we had Plexico, it was Plax. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what we had to do, but Plax was that good. Amani Toomer did his thing. And then we had the OBJ years, but it was just really OBJ. Like, well, the receivers out there balling with him besides OBJ.
In our wide receiver history, we've had a one superstar or one short-handed receiver, or we had a 1-2 combo. We never really had 4 good receivers. And in the 1 year that we did, they all got hurt. Like we had Victor Cruz, Odell Beckham.
Well, Lou, let me stop being disrespectful. When we had Plexico Burrs, we had Toomer, we also had Steve Smith. Not senior, but Steve Smith before he got hurt. He was actually pretty damn good, 100 catches in a season, so I can't be disrespectful to him.
No, he was. That's who Victor Cruz
and then
he got hurt.
Yeah, and then we had a little bit of excitement when we had Nix, Manningham, and Cruz. So I can't say we had a little bit of excitement back in the day. So I can't be disrespectful to those guys. But this group of receivers, go ahead, Lou.
This might be something like the greatest show on turf type of receivers, where you got like a Isaac Bruce, a Torrey Holt, Aziz Hakeem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the question I want to ask the panel, sorry to get off the subject, but the question I want to ask the panel is, do you think this offense is going to be spread wide open?
Let Dash and Joe answer first, and then we'll get your question.
Oh, Pat already answered. I got the same 3: Slayton, Hodgins, and Campbell.
Me 3. Wide open. I don't know. We did 1 year start out wide open against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We held our own the first or second quarter, but
he talking about when Slayton caught that touchdown deep. Daniel Jones.
That was a rookie year, right? That was Daniel's rookie, or was that the sophomore year?
I think it was a sophomore year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe. So, I love Joe, yo. Just I don't know.
I don't know what that they're gonna do. All I know is that there's gonna be 11 guys on the field the first play, the first series of the game. And then we'll know who's the starting guys and whether they're going to start spread out wide or tight end to wide outside.
We coming out in 12 personnel, Joe?
Yeah.
See, so that's why I was getting to the next question. Sorry, I was moving so fast. I'm excited because I'm able to talk to you guys. What's up, Jay-Lay?
What's going on, Pat? What's going on, Pat?
Jay-Lay, what's going on, Jay?
Not much.
Pop champagne. I heard it when your screen came on.
Right.
You know how I come on.
But I want to ask you guys, man, and this is a legit question. Do you think that we should go all out this season and be a passing team predominantly?
No, because I want it to where we're not just passing all the time, that we are able to run the ball. We are able to, we got a 7-point lead, first quarter, 7 minutes to go. We got the ball, 1st and 10. I want to know we can win a game that way. But I also want to know I also wanted to win that the defensive has to make a play. So it don't matter how they do it. I want it done right. That's all.
Yeah, I understand that, Joe. And you know how they always called us. We too old school. We stuck in our ways and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that would be a detriment to this team doing a power run game this year, as far as like starting out with the power run game, or should we just be like, listen, guard these motherfuckers out here on the field. Let's see if you got enough speed to keep up with us.
Listen,
Should we
That's
approach
how
it
I
that
feel
way
for that
this year?
Dallas
I
game.
want Saquon back as hard as bad as the next person. Okay, we will not know until we get to that point. All we can do is wait. We have no choice in the matter. We have no say in the matter. Ah, boy, I wish I had news, but we all have to wait on that. Now, what the hell was I talking about?
You talking about running the ball? You was talking about Saquon?
Um, yeah, Saquon. I want to know that we can run the ball still, no matter what. Even if we only do the game 400 yards passing, 89 yards rushing. I want to know that we're always going to try to do it and try to do it. Now, that could be 28 rushes for all I care. But, they're going to give me 28 good, hard rushes.
Yeah, Joe, but the way they're building this team, brother, I don't see that, bro. I just don't see. I think Brian Dable and Kafka have put their stamp on this team this year. I tr- that's what I believe. You know how I roll, Joe. You know I like the run game. I like to control the pace of the
Okay.
game. I like
Let's
to,
say we do run a gun, a style offense. Okay.
I
We
don't know what you think, Dash or Lou. You still there?
Yeah, now, for me, I'm leaning more towards passing. If you can promise me that it ain't just going to be it's the Saquon show when you get these other running backs involved, then I can lean more balanced. But right now, I agree with you. The way they added these weapons to the team, I think they're going to lean on the passing game. And also, after they paying that man this money, they're going to lean on this passing game too. And I think that the running game should be a compliment, not the focal point.
Well, I think the New York Giants are going to whoop everybody's ass and be minimum of 11-6. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying?
That's the minimum.
Minimum.
All right, well,
The,
I hear
the,
that.
the, the floor is 11-6. The ceiling is like 14-3, maybe
the ceiling
15-2.
is the roof. I'm sorry, that was MJ.
well, I think that in order for the Giants to be the best, Daniel Jones has to be playing his best ball, and Daniel Jones plays his best ball when he has.
In the backfield.
I was just gonna say an elite running back, but yes, that is Saquon
No,
Barkley.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to speak what the
No,
people
look,
We
want to
need a
hear.
running game, man.
They
This is why,
cancel me.
But but
If the Matrix comes for me,
I'm
But-
not just saying we need the running game, but Daniel Jones plays his best ball when he has that RPO, when he has the
hold on,
play
let me
action.
catch up the chat, fellas. A1 or mid-year, Big Pat looked like he in a Cypress Hill video.
right,
Yo, Raphael. Yo, we never got to Crew's OBJ combo. I know,
I
man.
know,
I was so excited for
man.
that.
man, I wanted that combo so bad, man.
bad.
Him,
So
Shep,
bad,
and
man.
him, Shep, and OBJ, that would have been dope.
Oh my God, bro. What's good, fellas? What's up, Javi ATX, aka JC War Brown? Giants wide receiver core is looking up day by day. Facts. D-Dan Shelton. There's so much depth at wide receiver position. Exciting times. Frank Waiters. Giant offense is going to keep DCs up all night. They're going to be a problem for the NFL. That's a fact. Isaac Bruce was already established though, but I feel you. Yeah, I kind of thought about it after I said it. Tudo, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says massive salute.
Chudo.
G
What's
Nation.
up, Tudo?
the king of New York, Inside Sports, Big Boss Pat, Dash Joel, and all diehard Giants fans in the building. Thank you.
Hey, just to let Tudo know, I got the package that you mailed to me, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, bro.
Pause. You trying to get us all indicted? No, let me stop.
What?
Oh, hey, speaking of packages coming on arrival, I got
Pause.
Right. Pause.
That was a layup, man. That was a layup, bro. That was easy. No, but I got a for Father's Day. I got a Mitchell and Ness throwback Jeremy Shockey jersey.
Hey,
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm about to add that to the collection.
that's what's up.
That's a damn good Father's Day gift, boy.
Yeah.
Bookends said a pausable comment. He says, "We'll be wide open." Pause.
Yeah.
If Neil steps it up.
And then my mom's made.
I tell you what, that make me feel old as hell. That Jeremy Shockey got the Mitchell and Ness. That's crazy.
Man,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, me feel
Yeah,
old, man.
I only got a few more jerseys until my old school collection is complete.
But there
I
is
just gotta get Carl Banks and Harry Carson, and so I could have the Big Blue Wrecking Crew. And then I want a Mitchell and Ness Tiki Barber jersey. I already got one of the Vapor Tiki Bar, but I want the Stitch Tiki Bar so I can put it in the frame and shit.
I got pretty lucky. All right, I started watching the Giants in '79 and '80, real vomit years.
You know what? I agree with that, D. Dan Shelton.
Yeah, me too.
There won't be a dominant wide receiver. Spread the wealth passing concept that will change based on the opponent. I think that's exactly the way they want to run this offense.
True.
And these wide receivers, all of these wide receivers, and I'm not speaking negatively on them, but most of our, like the wide receivers we brought in, what's his name? Campbell has an injury history. Not saying that he's not healthy, but I think they brought in all these receivers because all of them are either rookies, still developing, or have injury history.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd be
That's just a true statement, Jay.
Yeah, they'd be able to flip-flop and rotate all these people in while having dominant running game. But
and dominant O-line.
Exactly.
And you got money saving, manageable contracts.
Oh, you know I'm sipping, Frank. I'm off tomorrow too. Man, I've been working.
Me too.
Yeah.
They made me work on Juneteenth, so you know I was taking Friday off.
Hey, I was working on Juneteenth, bro, but I was moving real slow.
Yeah, I think we was all working on Juneteenth.
Yeah, me too.
What are you talking about? Work.
Yeah.
But Jay Lay, don't want to keep going back and forth with you, brother. But you said Daniel Jones is his best when he has a dominant running back. But that statement may be true, but it's only true because of circumstance. He didn't have anybody out there with him besides Barkley out there, to be honest with you. When we got Hodgins and Slayton started getting this groove, the offense started to open up. When we got a little bit explosive, and I truly believe that he's a quarterback that if you got weapons out there with him, that he can spread that ball to all of them. Pause. And I
think both statements are true.
I agree.
You're right.
Because he hasn't had nobody elite to throw it to. He hasn't had this many different options and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I agree. So we'll be able to see this year because whether Saquon comes back or not, I do think that he's going to be more pass happy. I think we are going to spread the ball out more and we're going to push the ball downfield more. I think Daniel Jones is going to throw for like 28 to 30 touchdowns throwing. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that it's going to be more pass happy, but I think we have to have that threat of the run game. You know what I'm saying? To where they have to play up a little bit, and then our speed guys can blow right past them.
Now, go ahead, Lou.
I think both of you are right because, yes, Daniel Jones has played his best ball when everybody had to focus on the man in the backfield and keep eyes on where he's going and if he has the ball or if he's running to catch the ball. So, yes, a lot of the pressure was alleviated of Daniel Jones because all ears were pinned back, focused on Barkley. Mm-hmm. Now that they know that Daniel Jones is good with the deep ball, Daniel Jones has gotten better in this offense, and now Daniel Jones has more weapons to throw to and a stronger offensive line that will buy him time to get to those receivers. Now they can't just focus on Barkley. Now they have to worry about those threats on the outside. So now you'll see Barkley getting a lot, the receivers getting a lot, the ball being spread around, and it'll be harder for defense to play against and try to stop. So I think you're both right, and I think we're going to see a hell of an offense and an outstanding defense this year. I think people sleeping on the defense that Wink is putting together.
Man, he didn't bear hug Shane for nothing. Now you seen since you've seen Wink, even when he was with the Ravens, you never see him really show that much emotion or whatever. You might see him be upset or something like that, but he's usually just a stern, just an even scowl on his face.
That's because he getting old, man. That's what happens when you get old.
But when they drafted Deontay Banks, man, he got pumped. He was lit. He was excited to see what
he was looking like Dable on the sideline.
Yeah. Hey,
listen,
and this is side note, but I
want to talk about this a little bit. Okay.
Well, damn,
Joe, just cut him off. Say, hey.
I don't talk much, but I do talk.
That's why I shut up. I let her you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, say what you was finna say. I wouldn't finna
Nah,
say.
Joel, I want to hear it too. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, it says here, if Saquon sits out, the Giants are going to be pass heavy. Now, the New York Giants spent the 5th and 6th round picks on running backs. They know we need a guy. Barkley's known he gets hurt. He does. But, you know, that guy sitting there chomping at the bit, hoping Barkley sits out. Give me the ball, coach. Give me the ball. I can do it.
I agree.
You know?
I agree, Joe.
It's right there for the taking. He knows it, and he's going to give it his all. Give the kid a chance. But don't say they're going to definitely be pass heavy, because for all we know, he's very adept at the pass defense too.
I'll say this, Joe. In all due respect, I think the time of our era of Giants football, I think it's gone, man. You know Giants football: Brandon Jacobs, Bradshaw, Tiki Barber, Hampton.
That's why I got my
Morris.
Yeah,
I think those days might be leaving because the coach that
Philadelphia setting their team up to do is to be the New York Giants.
Oh,
but
come
we're
on, guys.
setting up.
22 watching and only 13 likes. Come on, hit that like button. Don't be a ninja watcher.
Yeah, hit the like. Don't be a stooge.
Man, I got 25 subscribers, y'all.
That's what's up. But
I can't wait till we got more stuff to talk about though, so I can start. I don't want to just make videos about nothing.
Right. But I'm just being real. With us older guys, you know, Dash, us, well, Jayla, I consider you one of the older guys. You just got an old soul. Yeah. The day of the Giants,
Jayla was like, "Don't put me in that box."
I get told all the time that I should have been born in the 70s. Just my
shit. I wasn't even born in the 70s.
That's what I got I'm a, you know what I'm saying, I'm, you know,
I know, Lou.
You know, but
I just think the days of the Giants football, the way we know it, is gone, man. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just think we just got a new era coach now, and Brian Daboll, he's
adapt with the times or get left behind.
And both of their coaching styles, Daboll and Kafka, they both come from organizations that didn't really give two shits about a running back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is
right.
That's true. So he could be slowly morphing this into one of like an offense like those. I mean, those two people are the people that created those offenses in those respected organizations. So why wouldn't they? They're not going to just change up their whole routine because they come to another team.
Yeah.
If anything, they're going to put their minds together and create like a Megatron of what those last two teams were. Hopefully.
Yeah, and over the last, you know, this off season, I'm just coming to grips with it. Like We only did that last year because we didn't have a choice. But this year, you saw what they did, bro. They didn't get all those people to do the same shit they were doing last year, bro.
Yeah,
Facts.
And
Listen to this. I think D-Dan Shelton has a great point right here. With weapons available, Saquon won't be getting a ton of carries. He will be fresh and more productive that way. We've
That's a
beefed
fact.
up the offensive line. If they gel the way we think they're going to, when he does get the carries, they'll be more productive. He'll be getting 30-yard chunks, 15-yard chunks, 25-yard chunks, 40-yarders, touchdown runs. Like
I,
that's
I,
the Saquon we want.
I'll tell you this, Lou. If that is true, it's gonna be hard as fuck to stop us, man. Because if that man is getting 10-yard and 11-yard chunks out of Pisa, he got like 15 runs for like 120 yards rushing or 130 yards rushing off 12 to 15 runs. We blowing people out, bro. We blowing people out, man. If Evan Neal steps up the way I believe he will step up, we gonna be a motherfucking problem, man. And I'm speaking to Joe, man, because I know Joe. He's gonna be the last one to come to grips with it. That old Giants football is gone.
I'm
telling you, man.
I'm gonna be the second to last, Joe. I'm gonna be right there, holding on to the.
Well, I guess I just heard with y'all
to be able to beat
nothing hits harder than a hard hitting game.
Man,
if there's a high wind.
Hey, Joe, man. Shout out to the goofballs, man.
What's up, some giant goofballs?
Ball.
Yeah, I'm telling you, my thing about Saquon Barkley and this whole sitting out thing, he better not let the Giants figure out they can play without him. I keep saying that, man. He better.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
I don't think he'll hold out. It wouldn't be the smart decision.
I don't think you're gonna hold out either, man.
The only person that's held out in at least the recent history is Le'Veon Bell, and he's came out himself and said that was stupid. I shouldn't have did that.
You know what else though? What else I was thinking about? Even if he does come back in time, they're not gonna play him in preseason. They're not gonna run him in the preseason. They're gonna keep him fresh, and then we get the chance to see these running backs. So I think it's a lot of competition back there between those 4 guys that are left.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see how that thing plays out. Yeah.
What is it? Corbin, Gray, Brightwell
and Breida. Yep.
None of those dudes are sniffing Saquon's jockstrap, bro. Nobody.
That's not what we're saying.
That. Nobody's saying that.
Oh, I thought like he was like competition, like Saquon better watch out.
Damn
no,
right.
No, what I was saying is that we don't expect Saquon to play much in preseason, so we get a chance to see these other running backs. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, ain't nobody saying that, Jalen. Come on, man.
Hold on now, y'all. Hold on.
Like it now, if you dumb enough to get on here and say that Gray and them can replace Saquon Barkley, they're better, then you need to get off the panel.
Ain't nobody saying that.
Like, what's in
All we're saying is that with him holding out, those guys are going to get a look, and what Dash saying is true. If they know they can run this offense with those guys, and those guys are getting 5 to 6 yards a carry, and we can still be explosive. Hey, look,
everything's
I'd rather
good,
pay.
Tudo. They both got it. He thanked you in the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, like I said, appreciate you too, though, man. You didn't have to do that, and like I said, much love to you, bro. Yeah. No pause.
Yep.
No balls. What?
No pause, no balls.
Good Lord.
Facts.
You know what the hell y'all said.
But if they do get some shy and they figure out they can run this offense very well without Saquon Barkley, I think they'd rather pay all 4 of those guys $5 million combined than give Saquon Barkley 15 to 16 million. I'm just saying.
Y'all, I don't think this next. They haven't said how much this because they said that they put another deal for him out on the table, but they haven't came out and said what the price is or anything like that, huh?
Yeah, I know something. This is the most anticipated contract. I can't wait to hear these numbers.
Right.
And watch it be nothing.
Lou, the Giants are going from the slowest offensive weapons on last season to the fastest wide receiver squad this season and breaking all records. I agree with you too, though.
Yeah, we got some team speed this year for sure.
Yep.
I don't think Yannick Ngakoue fits this defense.
Nah.
In all honesty, I don't think he fits this defense, man. I think he's a better 4-3 defensive end.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just can't wait to get. I can't wait for fucking football season, bro. Like, nigga, I'll just be sitting around thinking the different ways. To play. What? Who's the handsome dude? John.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson and Tom Brady looking like overnight.
Yeah.
Which rookie y'all think gonna make an immediate impact? My personal.
Willie Nelson and Tom Brady. That's hilarious.
I think John Michael Smith is definitely gonna make an impact, but I think offensively, aside from him, I think Jalen Hyatt is gonna come in a lot sooner than we all anticipated. I thought we was talking about like maybe November he'll start getting it rolling. We really like this kid, and I think they're gonna use him in a lot of different plays. Like the way we were thinking we were gonna use Kadarius Toney is how we're gonna use Jalen Hyatt. And you know what? Speaking of that punk he made a video.
Yeah, I saw it.
Super Bowl ring on his
man, that bitch ass.
This is for all them guys in New York. Oh, you dirty.
Yeah, listen. You know what's crazy about that though? That goes to show.
Talking about him.
That goes to show you a Super Bowl ring won't even make him happy.
Yep.
Man.
Got a bitter spirit.
And
you
what
just mad because every time you look
that's what it is.
He just mad because every time he look in the mirror, he see a calf ball.
He just mad when he look in the mirror, he don't see no eyebrows. That's what he's mad about.
Right, looking like King Kong Bundy, illegitimate love child.
Skeleton. Look like a cockroach.
Well, I'm not worried about old Giants. He got his ring with the Chiefs. He made his one little play. Good for him. So let him do what he do. But I'm not worried about a Kadarius Toney.
Dilla made a video, and he was like, he said something like, "This isn't what you think it is. This is the number 11, and I bet you can't stay and play 11 games with the with the Kansas City Chiefs with your hamstrings fucking up all the time." That shit was just funny as fuck to me. He's talking shit. Is he even gonna be able to be healthy to play?
Udo said if he don't sign that contract, he's gonna start calling him Saquon Broccoli.
I truly believe that if he doesn't sign a contract this year will be his last year with the Giants. I truly believe that because they're not going to franchise him again.
That era is over for football in general. Yeah, you all young.
I agree, Pat. If he don't get this contract, it's either going to be the tag and then another tag next year, or this is it.
I think I'm the youngest on the panel.
Yep.
Anthony McNair. He says Anthony McNair is back. Giants offensive line is the best in the league right now. Watch. Let's go. Hey, listen,
Let's go, Mr. McNair.
Thank you for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button. Don't be a ninja watcher. Watch it from the shadow realm. Hit that thumbs up and let it be known that you like G Nation Inside Sports and the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Keeping it hot for you with all the sports updates. You know what it is. We got you on the boxing, UFC, hockey, baseball, soccer, football, semi-pro basketball, and football. Anything you need to know in the sports realm, we got you. The Big Blue Crew Sports Network. And for all your travel needs, go to travelgetoutTravels.com. My boy G2 for all your sports needs, whether it be basketball events, UFC events, boxing, football, soccer, baseball, whatever it is. Your kids got a travel soccer league, he can get you tickets there in the hotel room there. Stop playing. All right, Big Sports Network. We got it all locked down, baby. Stop playing.
Shout out to NYG, man.
Sports.
Snarf. What's up, Snarf?
Snarf.
What the heck?
Snarf.
Where's Snarf at?
Snarf.
He was looking for the link. The link was in the chat.
There's the link. There's the link. Look at that. Look who's backstage.
Look at Raph.
El Capitan.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Jay, Joel,
Hey, Raph.
Big Dash.
I saw a clip of Raph. He was rapping.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Yep.
So I just wanted to tell it to everybody else because I was rapping in Spanish. Language.
I know. Yeah, I knew as soon as I couldn't understand you, I knew it was Spanish.
I didn't think you had to explain to anybody that was.
He sure didn't.
I know someone can learn about the Spanish language, but some people didn't understand it. But I can spit some rhymes.
I haven't heard from you since last Friday, Raph.
So you got bars.
I got some really bars.
Mets came in here and say hi to nobody.
Oh my God!
Hi guys.
What's going on, Mets?
Hello, Mets.
Oh, Mr. Snarfington.
Well, considering that
Look, he got a cut too.
Right.
Mets got a cut.
Yep, sure do.
He got a new haircut.
Yeah, like
Snarf, how you been, man?
Just getting miffed over how the NBA draft has played out so far.
Oh.
How's it going, everybody? How's it going?
What's going on? See, you see how you? That's how you're supposed to do it. Met you come in, you say hi to everybody, man.
As my mother was from the South, I was raised to have manners.
Hold on. Lou hasn't done anything. I gotta do a video. Doesn't do a video. I gotta do a live. Doesn't do a live. Me, I put bumping out a couple of your videos here and there, and everyone's like, "Hey, nice job." He does one live, and he cries. Yeah, it was me and him. That was it. Yeah. Lou, we need to talk later.
What's good?
Wow.
Something's wrong here.
It sounded like he's threatening them.
Right.
Or maybe it was hurting their eyes to look at your beard. Maybe not.
He said we got something to talk. He said we got something to talk about.
But Drew,
than I expected.
But Drew, before Joe's threats,
right?
Are you catching up the chat? Lou, you catching up the chat?
I was going to, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, Drew, before Joe's threats. You know, I don't know if he was here earlier, but he was talking about. Do you think the way the Giants football way is dead now? Now that we got Brian Dable and they're able to put their stamp on this organization, do you think the old way of the Giants football is finally dead? It's finally been taken out of its misery.
I think it's dead, but I think the old way, as far as the smash mouth, good defense, will come back eventually. You know, as you see guys now that are basically safety size playing linebacker in this league now, eventually somebody's kind of come in with a smash running back who's going to go ahead and just take full advantage of that. The NFL goes in circles. That's what it does. So right now it's a passing league. Eventually someone's going to come in with a smash mouth guy that's going to ram right into these 200-pound linebackers and go right to the house.
Thank you, Deception, for dropping everybody's links. Greatly appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate the deception. I think we've seen it too with Derrick Henry. You know, that's how the Titans was very good. What linebackers are wanting to tackle Derrick Henry? So I understand what you're saying. I just think that we got a head coach that believes in a new style of football, and they really put their stamp on it with this offseason. I mean, we haven't seen this in a Giants uniform in a long, long time.
Drew, was that you?
If what were that? I would say the way of this team being nothing more than a freaking lol cow, maybe on its way to being dead, but we will get that smash mouth style back.
I think it's just. I think you got because I mean, even the running back that we drafted, he's not like a shifty kind of guy. He's a fall forward kind of running back. So I mean, I think if anything, we're gonna keep it. We got to have a running back, but it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be as focused or as centralized as it has been in the past. No.
Especially when you consider that
it'll never go away.
Consider that Jones and Barkley did most of the running last year to cover up and limit damage control with the lack of pass attacks.
Yeah, that's true.
Our $72 million
in the building. He says, "Woo! Big Blue Crew is always on point with the G-Man info. Joe is clean. He's about to get back on the job as my wingman. The ladies have been waiting long enough. Tell him Dash. Tell him Jay.
What's up, champ?
Shout out to the champ.
Shout out, champ. Heavyweight.
Zion Williams is the new Ron Jeremy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chris Paul got traded to the Warriors.
yeah, that was weird,
Zion
too.
teaching the world what not to do. That's what Zion is doing.
Right.
What's good, fellas? Big Blue for life, 57 Ortiz, Big Fred,
Yes.
William Horton.
What's up,
Anthony
Ortiz?
McNair.
Hello, Ortiz.
And the chat is caught up, baby.
Hey,
But-
you said, hey Lou, you said dude's last name is Horton.
William Horton, yeah.
Ask him if he related to any of the Hortons in New Jersey.
You related
Or
to
the
any of
elephant
Hortons in
Dr.
New Jersey?
Seuss.
Why do I gotta ask him?
Yeah.
He heard you ask. Why?
Right.
Ask him if he hears the Who.
My
Hey,
bad.
that was like some
my bad.
mafioso. That was like some mafioso stuff.
Oh,
And that
Tell
is
him
the
I
one
said to
that
him
we
to
spoke.
come ask me something.
So
Or
let's
ask
get to
someone if
what
he's hatched an egg.
let's get to what Lou was talking about earlier. How fast do you think Jalen Hyatt inserts himself into this offense? I think it's sooner than what people think too now, Lou. By the way, I really think they like this kid, and I think they got a steal in the third round with him. I mean, I think they're gonna put him in there early.
Yep. I think we're gonna see him as early as like week 2, week 3
well, from what
in
I've
flashes,
heard,
and then we'll see him like permanently by like week 6.
I'm not.
Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, go ahead, Joe.
what I've heard that he is phenomenal. The coaches are ecstatic with him. All he does, he works out, he studies, he works out, he studies. He wants to be the best he can be or the best in the league. This ain't, you know, hey, I should have been a first or second, but I got taken third. Okay, let's go, coach. I'll show them what I can do. And from the sounds of it, he's outperforming the coach's projections. So
Yeah. He's
I
out doing what
got-
everybody projected him to do. Damn right.
that's what I've heard.
And I think the Giants on the whole are gonna outdo what everybody projected us doing this season. And I think we're gonna win the NFC East and the NFC Championship. And dare I say, hoist the
Ooh.
Lombardi and bring it back to New York where it belongs.
Yeah, it's been a long time
Gotta see it,
coming.
man.
We need another. Right.
Martin kicked
Yeah.
the NFC East.
Yeah, we about due, man. If you look at our history, we about due. So
Once
I
a
don't wanna be
decade. Once a
downer,
decade.
but I do think that Jalen Hyatt. I mean, we do got to realize he is a third round pick. I mean, I don't think he's just going to come in and be able to just go up against these press heavy cornerbacks. You know,
We're gonna come out week 1, prime time game.
I'm not saying I'm not
Line
saying
up
he
against
can't.
Dallas like
I'm
so.
just saying I need to see it
this
first.
is prime time. What happened to Dallas?
Most of the
On
time
week
in
1.
college, we can all
Pause, okay? Pause.
we can all
I
agree.
just saw. It's like, no, let's see. Let's get a look at this. Like, he liked his ass out of the building. And
go
then
ahead, Jay Lane.
No, I was just I forgot what I was going to say.
But I'm gonna say this though. Do you think that he can be a Deshaun Jackson for us and torment the NFC East like he did the NFC East when he was here with the Eagles and the Redskins at the time?
Now I know what
I think he could turn into that.
What up, coach?
I just want to see him. I just want to see how he reacts to press. I want to see when he has a DB in his face and is bumping him and won't let him get off the line, and he fails the first couple times. What is he gonna do when they line back up again? Is he gonna hang his head? Is he gonna be pissy? Is he gonna get all out of focus, or is he gonna
go, coach?
Working?
That's true, Jay. That's true.
Because in
But
college, he always played off ball. He never was impressed. Like I think it was like 60 or 65% of the time. And so I mean, we can all agree that the DBs in college aren't as strong as the DBs in the NFL. And so I just want to see how he reacts in that kind of
that is very true. That is very true. But when it comes to coaching, Jay Lay, you let those good guys do what they do best. We have Hodgins in them to take on those outside receivers and get those press.
Yeah.
And we're gonna move him in the slot and let him run free to where now it's like, oh shit, if he gets a defense where he has a linebacker trying to run with him, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
I don't use Jalen Hyatt as an outside receiver, not this early in his career. Maybe when he's able to hit the weight room for a full NFL offseason and come in and hit that weight room like crazy, and he put a little weight on, he get up to about 190. I think he get up to about 190, 200 with his frame because he's like 6'2". I think this first year they're gonna use him as a deep ball threat. And I think he's going to surprise a lot of people with his speed. And if you out there, you try to guess with him, and you guess wrong, it's a touchdown. That's the thing I like about Jalen Hyatt, especially in his rookie season until he develops that NFL body. Pause. But all rookies got to go through that. Everybody's not like a Saquon that had an NFL-ready body when he came into the league. You know what I'm saying? Even Daniel Jones had to develop into an NFL body. Now that dude's like a fucking monster now. Like
Clark Kent.
And you can see it with Bellinger. Bellinger didn't look like this last year, and I thought he had an NFL body last year. That dude looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger out there. Like, what the fuck are these dudes doing in the offseason?
Yeah, he looks like the unstretched version of Stretch Armstrong.
Right.
Like seriously, like it's uncanny. But I'll say this with Hyatt. I think what we got to realize to a certain degree is we're also playing with house money with this guy because we got a guy that people thought was going to be an end of the first round talent. We got him in the third round.
Otherwise,
so he dropped for a reason. We don't always know everything going on, obviously, in the NFL circles, but when that many teams passed up on him, obviously there's something going on there. I think in the end, it's going to be more of a red shirt year for him to a certain degree because we have so many talented receivers, assuming they're healthy, that we don't have to throw him right to the wolves.
I agree.
So I think you'll see him more as imagine him though, dude, with setup of Slayton, Hyatt, Waller out there just running deep routes. All three of those guys just going down. Throw in whoever else you want to throw, whether it be Paris Campbell or somebody else who's got that kind of speed. We got speed like we never had, and you're going to see him kind of do what Slayton did in the beginning and be that speedster guy that just does the occasional 9-round, get 40 yards, and may get that 40 yards per game off that one catch.
Run and fix a leaking water valve, man. Fuck.
We'll keep it
all right, man.
We gonna hold it down for you.
All right, word. Thank you, man. Shit, I'll be back soon.
Right.
But I think that analogy is true, and I think that's where Wan'Dale Robinson comes into play as well. Because if you're scared of us going deep on you like that, and Wan'Dale Robinson can work his magic in that slot, that's where Hodgins comes into play. Wan'Dale Robinson comes into play. Shepard comes into play. Then you may see us run some 5 receiver sets and get some things off in the middle of the field because you are scared of us running deep on you. I think that's where Bellinger comes into play as well. Like
What's up, man?
I would say to me, Wan'Dale is icing on the cake to me right now because we don't know exactly when he's gonna come back. So we're not prepared for him. But once he gets back, I think he becomes more of a package guy than a main slot receiver for us.
Good night.
The exciting thing about this season, guys, is that our passing attack can attack you in many different ways this season. Oh, you want to keep people over the top because you're scared of our speed? Now we can attack you in the middle of the field with the short passing game. Oh, you want to leave linebackers on Waller? Now we can attack you in the seam. Oh, you want to press?
You want to linebackers on Waller? Please leave linebackers on Waller.
You want to try to lock up the middle of the field and you want to leave the slot guys one-on-one? Okay. Try to go one-on-one with Slayton and Jalen Hyatt in the slot going deep. I hope the third corner is dope.
Jersey.
So now we can control what the defense does this year instead of the defense controlling what we do, and that's the thing I'm excited for this year.
What up, Miz? I'm trying to catch up in chat before I
Okay.
leave. Yeah, even if Hyatt is garbage route runner, can't they just scheme him open? I think
Yeah, they can.
Route runner.
But the
Listen,
best thing about it, he's not as bad as I thought he was
Yeah.
as a route runner.
You don't tear up Alabama as
Honey
a garbage
Badger.
route runner. I'm sorry.
Miss you too, Miz. You need to hop on, bro. But I got to roll out. So if you're going to hop on, you got to hop on before I leave so I can pop you on the screen. Pause. That didn't sound right at all. God almighty.
Well,
Yeah, that sounded terrible.
And the show to a close tonight, Lou. I'll just hop off.
Huh?
Well, the show's gonna wrap up soon. I might as well just hop off.
Well, I got to run and fix a leaky water valve. They said they was going to hold me down, but I do.
Oh.
But yeah, I think this offense can attack you in so many different ways this season. Because when Saquon finally says, "I'm gonna go ahead and strap up and play for the Giants this year and let the dice fall as they may," we can attack you with the run game pretty well as well because we have run blockers at the line. And if Evan Neal gets himself together at that right tackle position, it's gonna be a problem because now Daniel Jones will have time. What's up, Coach? And thank you, Coach, for coming on right now. What do you think of what we're talking about right now? How do you think the Giants can attack people this year? I'm glad you just popped on.
There's too many ways. There's way too many ways offensively. Once everything comes together, then we're going to be able to attack people offensively. We're going to be able to attack them through the pass game, whether we attack the flats, whether we attack the seams, whether we go downfield, whether you hit someone short and let them get yak yards. We were talking about that earlier, Dash, today. It's going to, allow us to effectively and efficiently be a better run team because, once you start attacking downfield, your team's going to play too high. Guess what that does? You're not going to play that many in the box. Okay, we can attack you there. It's going to enhance the RPO, split zone. So it's just so much defensively that you're not going to be able to take away. It's just going to benefit the offense overall. You can play big with the passing game. What's up? You can play small, quick, getting into the red zone. I mean, think about that. If you can have a 6'6", 6'6", 6'5", in terms of jump ball, you can have quick guys. Attacking, going crossers, hitting them with over routes. Whether you scheme something, good rub routes. It just allows you to attack a defense in so many different ways. You were just saying about Evan Neal. That yes, that's key. And our guard position. Who's going to win the battle in the guard position and push each other. And if we can be nasty in the trenches, I just love that thought, man. I just really do. If you can just open up those alleys, let the running backs, whoever it is, just have the opportunity to eat and let DJ, with a good RPO, running with a split zone, tight end coming across the backside, slipping underneath, or hitting it with the wham to let the quarterback attack that alley right there. It just does so much, and it's going to be hard to defend because you can't just say we're going to take this away because now you can go to plan B, C, and D instead of just going from A to B.
Right. And Coach, I want to say this and what you think about it. I think one of the most important plays we're going to have this year is the draw play. Draw play to Saquon Barkley. Because if we got all those weapons out there on the field, shotgun set, we got 4 receivers out there and Barkley and Jones in the backfield.
So Pat, with that, because I didn't think about that either. So how long before we're able before that's even effective? Like we got to have some success on the outside before that's even effective, though, right?
Think about this: the league sees what the Giants are doing. They see that we got a bunch of speed. We were one of the slowest teams last year. Now we turned into one of the fastest, if not the fastest. With Darren Waller on the field, that changes everything when it comes to your linebackers and your safeties. Because now you can't just be like, oh yeah, we can stay up at the line of scrimmage because we're not worried about the receivers beating us deep. so we could keep 7 in the box, even though they're in the shotgun. Now linebackers, all they got to do is patrol the middle of the field. But now those linebackers have to get a little bit of depth because Waller's coming out the gate fast. Like if you got a linebacker covering him, I only see one linebacker in the league that can actually stay with him a little bit, and that is Fred Warner. And when he played Fred Warner, he gave Fred Warner the business. So that draw play, height, have Daniel Jones looking around like he's looking for a receiver, hand it off to Barkley. Now Barkley's going against a 4 to 5 man box with a draw play out the shotgun. It was working last year, and you knew we had to run the ball half the time. So imagine what that could do this year. Imagine with Saquon Barkley in the flat this year, where people are running down the field trying to keep up, and all of a sudden you got your slow linebacker on Saquon Barkley catches that ball, make a miss. Now it's time to party. I think if Saquon Barkley, if they can come to grips on whatever the money issue is, with Barkley, Waller, Slayton, Hyatt, Hodgins, man, we might be able to go crazy because you can't deny the fact that Daniel Jones is a threat running and passing. You have to watch out for Daniel Jones. So now if you have to spy Daniel Jones, which is what the Cowboys did last year with number 6, I think his name is Wilson.
Yep, that's Wilson.
If you have to put Wilson on Daniel Jones this year to spy, that's your ass. Because you sending fucking Parsons in there to going against Andrew Thomas to go in there to try to get pressure. Vander Esch or whatever his name is, he's cool, but he can't fuck with Barkley out there.
Fuck no.
Well, one of the other things that does, if you keep a spy on Daniel Jones, that takes a defender out of your pass coverage.
Right.
Absolutely.
It creates more problems, in the pass game. And there's one other thing that I don't know if you guys talked about earlier, but the way that I see that they're intending to use Campbell, I see a similar role to what San Francisco does with Deebo Samuels. With the jet motions, you can even put him in the backfield, run up to some stretch or, outside zone, things of that nature. Get him in motion and then get him a little screen to the outside, things of that nature, where, like I said earlier, you can attack teams vertically, but now you can also attack them horizontally, which now stretches a defense because it's like a rubber band. You have your flexibility, but once you start pulling and stretching it, eventually it gets to a point. What happens? You pull it too far, pops, snaps, and that means that you're going to have a break in coverage. Which, once we get the right person in that break, it's their ass.
Pew.
I think the major word for this season with the Giants is respect. Because now you actually going to have to respect our offense and really go out there and play some fucking defense. And you're going to have to be a pretty good defense to, try to put clamps on us this year. Because it's not just, we can just run cover 2 because these receivers ain't shit. No, we got some people that know how to sit in the zone and catch that ball. And you keep letting us get 11 yards here, 12 yards here, 8 yards there. Little we're down at the 5-yard line. And then our running attack at the goal line is deadly because Daniel Jones can run it in, or we can just hand it off to Saquon Barkley, let those fat guys just bull you into the end zone.
Or just throw it up top to Darren Waller. I mean, he's what, 6'6", something like
right.
that.
Yep.
Man, I can't wait to play against that Dallas cover 3 in week 1, man. I can't wait.
I mean,
And now if Diggs is out there guessing this year, that's his ass.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That if you want to say they're going to play that single high, whether it's cover 3 or whether they play man, you can just spread them 2 by 2. You can go 3 by 1 or 1 by 3, and just let you attack that. You can send 3 verts off of one side. You're gonna go cover 3 verts right off of that. It's going to kill one of that because the middle safety is going to take the most inside guy. The cornerback has to take the outside. So that inside slot is just going to be right there. What are you going to do? Somebody's going to, they're going to break coverage. So, you know what? Go ahead and do that. Go ahead. I'll adjust. I'll match up. I'll set a line in 2 by 2, motioned into a trips, and I'm gonna attack it. And it's real simple. You can even go 3-by-1, have the running back to that side, and technically you're putting 4 on that side because now if you put that back into the flat,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to do who's going to do what? Somebody's going to jump that flat. You can even have somebody come right behind it and send 2 verts over the top of that. It opens up the window, so it's a great thought. If I'm Dable, if I'm Kafka, I'm just sitting there like, okay, we about ready to eat. We about ready to eat. Give me my knife. Give me my fork. I'm about ready to carve up all these daggone defenses in the division, in the conference, so that way we can let them know who we are. So, I'm excited too, fellas.
Because I know our coach is very competitive. He's very passionate, and I think I know he doesn't. He's just gonna say, "Oh, next game and day by day and all that stuff." He remembers the coach for what's his name, the fucking Pizza Hut eating guy. He remembers him shaking his head all in the camera and all of that. And,
you talking about the coach from the Eagles?
Yeah. He remembers all that.
Sirianni?
There you go.
He hates losing. Bro, that's why they went out here and got this firepower. He's gonna try to run shit up. These people.
Look, I love the little highlight video where he's saying up tempo, and then eventually blowing the whistle and cursing the guys out and say, "Do it again." That's beautiful coaching. It's not okay, guys. Yes, there's times when you temper it down, you bring it down. I get it, but there's times you gotta really get on these guys and you gotta push them and you gotta threaten them and you gotta make them understand the importance of what we're trying to do, because I thought when I saw that just told me, we're going to really pick up the tempo. We're also going to tire out defenses. People talk about Philly and their defensive line and all this and that, but guess what? They're also big guys. And didn't they say Jordan Davis had issues with conditioning last year?
Yeah,
I expect the same thing with Jalen Carter. So if they're
whereas by contrast with someone like a Joe Judge, he was basically nothing. He acted more like the coach from Nightmare on Elm Street 2, the kind of guy you hate and you did want to see get his comeuppance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I truly believe, man, that we're gonna attack people in like 4 to 5 different ways this season, and it might be a sight to see this shit, man. If they could put this shit together like they're trying to do. Maybe it may not be like that in the beginning of the season because you still got people learning each other. But with Daniel Jones being in this offense for a second year, for like the first time in his career, this might be something special because, man, if you got a good defense enough to cover all those guys on the field, and then Daniel Jones fuck around and take off, that's demoralizing.
Mm-hmm.
That's demoralizing.
Pat, I can't wait, man. I can't wait for this season to start.
Here's what I want to know: is this finally the year that we see Saquon Barkley and the mythical wheel route that we seem to hear about every single year? Because I'm telling you right now, you get those 9 routes going down, you clear out that defense in the mid range, you have him come out with a delayed wheel route and give that man some open field.
I do it in Madden all the time.
I want to see them run Saquon Barkley a more Texas route. Coach knows when I'm talking about the Texas route. When he comes in, breaks like he's going to the flat, then he goes back into the inside. And if you get him one-on-one with a linebacker out there, because we got so many weapons out there, you get him one-on-one with a linebacker, that's toast. And he catches that ball, that's about 25 yards at least.
Yeah,
that's about 25 yards at least.
Give that man some open
space.
This
about the Dallas game to start the year. We need to be on our damn.
There's gonna be so many different motions and different, like we can go from an I formation and then he makes some call and everybody jumps back to the gun and we're in a trip set and Saquon's not even in the backfield no more type shit.
Right.
There's so many different looks that we're gonna have, and then so many different. It doesn't matter if it's Bellinger on the field, if it's Waller on the field, if it's Campbell, if it's Hyatt, if it's Robinson, if it's Shep, if it's Hodgins. Shit, Colin Johnson was practicing and everything. So, like, I don't know how good his health is, but he's running around and moving. He's not limited.
I tell
He's
you what,
overrated. I've been seeing that for years. That man, I don't know. I don't get the whole Giants fan love for Colin Johnson. That man's been in the league a couple of years. If he was going to do something by now, he would have done it. I'm sorry.
the love for Colin Johnson is because of lack of talent that we've had at the receiver position. That's where the love comes
That's
from.
that.
He
That's
showed us
You ain't
exactly
little
wrong
what it
something,
there.
is. That's
You ain't
exactly
wrong
what it
there.
is.
True.
So, but I truly believe that, man, you put Saquon Barkley on those Texas routes as a linebacker and he catches that ball, man, look out for teams this year, man. And I'm telling
He was telling us.
Big Pat.
Did we lose him?
I swear.
Yeah, I think he's in the Matrix.
Stop
Pat's in
leaving
the
us in
Matrix.
suspense.
Right? I swear.
I
you
want to
hear me
know how
now?
this ends.
Yeah, I hear you, Pat.
There he is.
Yeah,
Everybody's waiting on hand and foot. We're all.
Okay, you back out again, Pat.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. I mean, I think we have a chance to really break teams down and break their spirits this year, because if you can get a defense that can cover all our receivers and do it well, there's some defenses out there that can scheme and do it well. But if we get all those guys and then all of a sudden Daniel Jones takes off, man, that's gonna kill a defense, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing more demoralizing to be like, yeah, we had everybody locked up, but this fucking quarterback just took off for a first down for 20 yards because we didn't have anybody watching him because we were so worried about everybody else.
That's all Hurts was doing last year.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I thought was kind of interesting, the way the Giants went this offseason, especially at the wide receiver position specifically. You know, you look at our division, obviously you're going to have to go through Dallas and Philly at that point to win the division. With two teams now that have probably, you can argue, the best 1-2 combos at the cornerback position in the league right now. And I think they went saying, you know what, we're not going to beat these guys by going get a number one, because they have two number ones that are sitting there on their defenses. We're going to get depth, and we're going to attack the number 3, the number 4 corner. And I think that's 100% what their mentality was this offseason. And it's smart. It really is.
Here's my question, though. Can we beat Dallas and Philly to get the division? I mean, when you look at the teams, how they're structured this year, for Dallas, it's make or break in terms of Dak for his legacy. We've seen the last 2 years the Cowboys have gotten in the playoffs. It's been bad play after bad call that's cost them a game. I mean, it's also make or break for McCarthy. He F's it up this year, he's gone. Come on, he has to teach a new offensive scheme for the ground up for Dak to learn. He's got a new setup for the Cowboys to follow. Sirianni, on the other hand, needs a new defensive setup because his former one got the coaching job in Indy. And it's basically going to, while not as difficult as learning a new offensive scheme, he's going to pretty much have some semblance of an issue. But I think Sirianni would be pretty well off with what he's got on hand for the defense.
To your question, do you think we can beat them? Yes. I think we can beat both of them. You know, I think, personally speaking, I think we're beating both games, winning both games with Dallas. We're splitting with Washington and Philly. You know, that's how I see it. Washington, just for my thinking, they always seem to give us trouble no matter what, whether we tie them, but they battle us the closest. So, you know, and I go all the way back into the mid 80s, and it's always been Washington more than anybody else that's competing with us. You know, the hate for me is Dallas, but the competition is Washington. Philly, you know, yes, I think we have the weapons to split with them. You know, so, you know, hopefully, you know, it'll go through, and you know, we'll end up 13-4. That's what I'm hoping for. So.
That's what I'm hoping for too, Coach. I hope we do sweep Dallas. I hope we sweep Dallas and Washington and split with Philly.
I got money.
So looking at the Giants' schedule this year, aside from our division schedule, we got a matchup against Arizona, something we haven't beaten in years. San Francisco, we haven't beaten in years. Well, 5 years actually in their case. Seattle, a team we screwed up with last year because of special teams configuration. Miami, Buffalo, the Jets.
What are you saying? You're saying we can't beat them? Is that what
No,
you're
I'm just
asking?
looking at the
You got my
possibilities
Oh, okay,
we
okay,
beat and the
okay.
ones we might not be able to. Green
Well,
Bay,
there's nobody on our schedule that we might, that we can't. I mean, that we can't beat. I think we can beat
and LA.
everyone on our schedule. I really do. You know. Now, are we going to do it?
Let me ask you
That's what
this
we have
guys,
to
as far
see.
as that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What's your question?
So what I was gonna say is look at last year's schedule. If you had
Mm-hmm.
told me last year that we were gonna beat the Packers, the
Mm-hmm.
Ravens, the Titans, but then lose to the Lions, the Seahawks. I mean,
Exactly.
we can look at the
And we
schedule and say
we
it's
don't
tough.
forget that Giants lost to the Eagles twice. That was on January 21, and that was on December 11. That just lost.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
forget
those,
that.
those
Eagle fans won't let me. That was their Super Bowl as far as they're concerned. They
yeah,
only got
that
one
that
ring. That's Super Bowl to them, apparently.
yeah, that last year was kind of crazy, goofball, Drew. Like
Yeah.
we beat the teams that we weren't supposed to beat, and then we lost to some teams that we were
Mm-hmm.
supposed to beat. So it happens every year,
Yeah.
you know.
The thing
But
that's going to help us overall more than anything, yes, it's going to be talent. It's going to be the players. The players in the end are going to do that. But it's going to be the coaching because the coaching is going to have us well prepared. So that's why I don't have any concerns about, oh, this team can beat us, or I think at minimum we're going to compete with everyone. You know, do I think that we're going to beat certain teams that most people say no, we don't have a chance? Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I think that we're going to beat San Francisco. I don't
I think
have
we
any.
are too, Coach.
Yeah,
I
so
think we are too.
it's like
Who's
look,
their QB? Who's their QB going to be?
so
That's
Probably
the
gonna be
and
big.
issue, and
Probably gonna be
I'm
big Doc
telling you,
Rock.
I'm telling you, man. If that offensive line just plays top 20 this year, just give us a top 20. Don't be 31 or 32. Be 20.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You're gonna have an absolute problem on your hands. Daniel Jones with time, you have an absolute problem on your hands, man.
But there's
I'm
one other
telling
thing too with the offense too. It's we don't need DJ even to hold the ball as long as he because you have playmakers who can get yards after the catch.
Oh
Those
yeah.
you.
yak
Yep.
yards are most important. They can make people miss. We're talking about Campbell. You're talking about Hyatt. You talk about Hyatt with his speed, but he has the quickness and the elusiveness to make guys miss. So we know what Barkley can do in the open field. Robinson. So when you really sit down and you think about it and look at it, it's like, okay, so we can do yak yards. Are we going to get plus 25 and plus 40-yard plays? I'm expecting that this year. So are we going to be able and now we talk about Waller, but we talk about a linebacker matching up. But those teams that try to play zone on him and he catches the ball in the second going into the third level, now you have a little DB coming up that has to try and make a tackle on him. And you know what? Let him put his knee in his damn chest if you want to try and go low half the damn times to send a damn message to him. So that's the beauty of what I'm seeing with this team as it's being constructed.
I'm going to give you another interesting scenario. As you mentioned Waller, and we talked possible, games for us to win this season here. Circle the calendar, November 5, when he goes back to Las Vegas.
I
Good
think we
point.
crushed. I think we
That's
crushed the Raiders.
Josh McDaniels is a joke of a coach. And on top of that, Waller is going to, I'm telling you, you want to talk about a revenge game? That man is, anyway, this man came back from his honeymoon and gets traded the next day.
He's about to show out.
When they know he
Yeah.
married a woman who has to work, obviously, in Las Vegas.
Exactly.
There.
Exactly.
Like,
Yep.
talk about double slap in the face.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
sorry,
hope
Raph.
Waller
We
kicks
sorry, Raph.
McDaniels
We love
in the
you,
ball
but
sack.
you know what? You're gonna get it, Raph, that day. Your Raiders are gonna get it that day, Raph.
yeah, Raiders are
Yeah,
going to taste
I
the
think
Oh
we're
ball.
gonna.
yes.
I think we're gonna torture the Raiders, man.
The one I'm really hoping we crush is the Dolphins. 'Cause I'll be in Miami for that game.
Oh man!
So
I think they
as-
have an opportunity to beat the Dolphins. I think
as
the
a-
Giants could beat the Dolphins.
I'm a Florida boy myself. I'm over the Tampa Bay area, so I'll be down in Miami for that game.
I have to be honest with you. I've said it's going to be Seattle, Miami, Washington, and Philly. Those are our 4 losses.
So, Coach, you only got 4 losses for the season?
13-4, 4-2 in the division.
Yeah, one of those games we're gonna lose because they might not just be focused. And we travel on the road the whole beginning of the season, or something like that. Don't we? Like on the road for like 8 games in a row or something like that.
Something like that. And then I think Seattle is on a short week, which is why I said we'll probably lose that. Like I said, Washington, we always seem to have a tough one. Miami, I know it's Miami and Buffalo. I forget which order. So I think we split with those 2. And then, like I said, we split either we're going to win the first Philly game or we're going to win the last one.
I think we go to Miami first, then we go to Buffalo.
Yeah, it is Miami.
So we go to Miami, then Buffalo after that.
I think it's Miami's.
I think we get Buffalo because I think that's a game that Davo shows out.
Mm-hmm.
I think Davo shows out that game.
Yeah.
Frustrating Josh Allen in there.
How many guys we have on here that have been, Hodgins? Come on now, he's going to show them.
Like how
I'll be honest. Go ahead, Joey.
No, I was just saying, like how last year with Wink, how we beat the Ravens, and that was kind of like his little revenge game. This is Dayball's turn this year with the Bills. But go ahead.
I honestly think if our defense gets off on third downs this year, I don't know how you stop us. Because if our offense is if they're doing their thing and they're coming, let's just say our offense is ranked 13, 14. And our defense is ranked 4th or 5th because we're getting off the field on third downs, it's going to be a problem because that's what killed us last year. Our defense did good till third down.
You know what else killed our defense? Those interceptions. We got to figure out a way to get interceptions this season.
Yeah, we need more turnovers.
Not to mention it was left ball that killed our defense with some of the BS calls we got victimized.
I tell you
what, Joel is right. Joel is right. When it came down to it, we stopped you on first down. We stopped you on second down at 3rd, 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 14. 5 darnay homes. We'll get a first down. That's exactly what it was. 5 darnay homes. We'll get a first down.
We got $2.7 million for him to be gone. He'll be gone, or he's taking a huge pay cut. We're not keeping him at that cap number.
I think we get that. I think we cut him and then re-sign him for cheap. We got to get that $2 million.
We have enough talent to let him go, man. I mean, if you look at the depth, I mean, the biggest thing that for me with him was they were killing him with crossers, and he would bite on little quick moves, and then he's panicking and trying to recover instead of playing and trusting your technique.
But not only that, Coach, too, because even when he was in the right position, he just was too small to make the play.
Yeah, that's another one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember that Dallas game, he was having like perfect coverage, and it didn't matter.
It was one hand catching over him and everything.
Momentum.
But I'm gonna talk about these games. The games I want the most. I want that Dallas game. I want the Bills game. I want that Jets game for sure. And then I want that Christmas game against the Eagles.
I was just about to say that's what I want. I want the Dallas games and
we beat the Eagles once. It's got to be on that Christmas game.
That Christmas,
we had a bad Thanksgiving last year. I want a Merry Christmas.
Gosh.
Oh man!
Oh my
God!
We beat the Eagles on Christmas.
On the road.
Hey, Dad, we beat the Eagles on Christmas. You gonna hear me from Cali? You gonna hear me from Houston, bro?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want that bad. I want that Dallas week 1 though bad.
Man,
if we beat Dallas week 1, it's gonna be a good season.
This is like my actual life. Like I have to. You don't understand me living in Texas. My best friend is in Dallas. He lives in Dallas. I'll have to hear this, man. I've been having to hear his voice every year about it. I need this win.
I need this
week 1.
I'm telling you.
Give me the win, Jake.
Yo, my father-in-law's a Cowboys fan.
I'll say this too, Giant fans, do not sell your tickets. Do not sell your tickets. The Cowboy fans are. If I see one more goddamn Cowboy game that there's so many more Cowboy jerseys in that stadium, I'm gonna flip the hell out.
It's first game. It's first game. I don't think that we know that's not going to happen.
You'd be surprised. Cowboy fans will pay. Cowboy fans will pay. There are people literally that pay for half their season tickets by just selling that one ticket.
It's a lot of rich country people in Dallas. That's like,
but I'm
Austin
just saying
is like the college hippie kids. Houston is more slow down
opener
and chill. Dallas is where the rich folks go.
I can't see a lot of fans selling those tickets. Week 1,
it better not be. That game
better
not be.
Coming off a playoff berth and a playoff win.
If you're selling it, if you're selling it, email me at 2giantgoofballs@mail.com. I'll fly up and go instead. Okay, save a seat. Save a seat. No Cowboy fans allowed.
But we beat the Cowboys week 1. I think we get on the road, man, because that's a staple game too. Because that's a divisional game. It's a team that's been whooping our ass for the past 5-6 years, beating us twice.
Yeah, last time we beat was 2020.
I'll go one step further. I'll go one step further, and I hate the term moral victory, but if we play them tough and close, even that in itself is going to be a little bit of a morale boost, considering how bad we've been against some of these divisional teams the last couple of years. And I hate to ever say moral victory, but I'm telling you, if it's within like a field goal or something like that, and we hang with them, even that alone is going to set a little bit of a tone for the season.
I can't wait for the Monday. The Monday before that game, I'm looking for Micah Parsons in the mentions on Twitter. I want to see that same stuff he was talking on Monday. We knew it was going to be Saquon Barkley. I can't wait. I can't wait for that game, man.
I want if that happens, I want LT out there again. I want LT out there again in the beginning of the game and show the Dallas fans
that should have been one of those games where we had the throwback jerseys, man. That would have been a great time to have the throwback jersey.
Yeah, I want to put 30 points on the board the first
legacy game.
Bring them jerseys back full time.
We put up 30 on the Cowboys.
If we come out and put up 30 on the Cowboys week 1, I know that we'll be a force next season. We put up 30 on them boys. That means them boys don't know what we're going to do on offense yet because we're so brand new and we know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to whoop some ass next season because that's a tough defense. I don't like them baskets.
It is.
Definitely, but they got a nice defense out there. I have to give them that.
I mean, if we're going to beat Dallas, I say we have to force them to beat us on special teams.
Nah.
Go ahead, Joe. You saying something?
Come on.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
We know how bad Brett Maher was down the stretch of the year. 6 of his final 7 PATs, he missed them.
In all honesty, I think we dink and dunk Dallas to death. I don't think we're going to come out and just start throwing deep balls. I think we dink and dunk them because that's the smartest way to play these dudes.
But in certain areas, we do have depth, quality now.
Yeah.
I think Waller has a heck of a game against the Cowboys, Joe. Because I think they're going to press us on the outside with Diggs and Gilmore. And maybe they put Gilmore. Well, they're going to, whoever lines up out there, they're going to put them against them. But I think we could attack the middle of the field. And they don't get a chance to spot Daniel Jones this year. So that's going to be dope. And Parsons, he go ahead.
Gilmore's staring at the wall, man. He's almost there.
He is. He's almost at the wall.
He's just waiting for somebody to box him in. He's ready to hit that wall, man.
Yeah, he's not the same player anymore. Not by a long shot. And
it
then
might be his own teammate that cooks him.
And I hope Parsons' ego comes to the play. He just wants to line up on Andrew Thomas the whole game, and he gets nullified when Andrew Thomas is fully healthy. Yeah. And if he gets nullified and Evan Neal does what he's supposed to do against Lawrence, I'm not saying that he's going to stifle him, but don't let Lawrence get back there as soon as Daniel Jones say height. Make him fight to get back there. Let Daniel Jones come up in the pocket. Yeah, Evan Neal's working hard. If he allows Daniel Jones to have a pocket this year, it's going to be a problem because the Cowboys don't have the personnel to stop Waller in the middle of the field. Their slot cornerback is ass. Their linebackers can't cover. So it's going to
Waller's
be a
healthy.
party.
No one has it.
I do like the
Right.
the second linebacker that he picked up, Damone Clark. I do like Damone Clark a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he starts this year. But other than that, yeah, Van Esch is not covering anybody.
No,
I
and
think
then
if
you still got to
Waller is
worry
finally
about Barkley.
healthy, if Waller's finally healthy, we finally have a second tight end to have over 1,000 yards in a season to join Mark Bavaro, because you look at what, Brian Dable did with Gronk in New England. You look at what Kafka did, obviously, with, having who may not be the GOAT and Kelsey eventually by the time he retires at that position. These are guys that have experience with excellent tight ends. If he's finally healthy, he is our number one receiver everybody's been asking for all along. This is a guy that's going to break 1,000 yards if he's healthy. No doubt in mind.
I think as far as receivers go, because I don't think any of the actual wide receivers crack 1,000 this year, but I can see Waller cracking 1,000. Like I can see a bunch of guys with 600, 700, maybe 800 yards.
Yep.
I don't see 1,000-yard receiver.
Too many heads.
Coach,
unless there's injuries like crazy again, there's too many heads.
I can see Campbell. I can see possibly with Campbell. Yes, I can see him getting anywhere between 8 and 1,000. I can.
Okay.
If he's the primary focal guy that comes underneath with those routes underneath, I can see him definitely getting a lot of yards.
I also think he's going to benefit because of Waller. Because you're going to have multiple sets of eyes on Waller. Where, like you were saying, Pat, he can come underneath. There's certain things that he can do that, and that's why I'm saying I could see both him and Waller going for 1,000 apiece.
Here's my biggest concern with Paris Campbell over there and having a great season is I look at him and Wandale and I look at them as very similar players, and I'm looking at obviously one team. So one guy was drafted by the team, one guy's picked up on a 1-year contract. Now, don't get me wrong, Brian Dable has shown he's not going to go based on contracts alone. But if it's a tie, the tie goes to the runner. In this case, you're going to go to the guy that actually was drafted by the franchise that has, 2 more years after this still on that contract, as opposed to the guy that's in a 1-year deal that you may be one and done. Because you're building for the future. You're not just building for this year.
Campbell is also playing for another contract. So it goes both ways. So he's hungry to prove that, you know what? It's not an aberration. He's not injury prone. He can be that type of receiver. So
I also think that Campbell's both quicker and faster than Wan'Dale Robinson.
Oh yeah.
To be
I'm
honest,
saying more the type of player though. I'm saying,
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. They probably run the same role as far as the role in the offense. Yeah, absolutely. I will say does Wan'Dale Robinson start on the PUP list too? That's going to be an issue too.
Yeah, if he starts on the PUP list, Campbell's going to be well in his groove, and they're not going to pull him out. They're not going to pull him out just to put Wan'Dale Robinson in there. Wan'Dale Robinson misses the first.
I got another question. Will you guys be surprised if Shepard doesn't make the team?
No, I wouldn't.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I got a yes and a no.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised because hell, that would be the right decision. The only way I would be, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'll be kind of sad because he's been a Giant, true and true. Like that dude's representing the Giants.
Everybody would be sad.
We're sad, but remember his contract is not guaranteed, so it gives them the easy, opportunity. If it not easy out, but if somebody beats him out, it gives him the reason because his contract is not guaranteed, so they're not eating any money. So you know what? He can go. Maybe you bring him back on the practice squad. I doubt it, but you have that opportunity. But it depends on what other guys do. Right now he's practicing, or he was practicing, correct?
No, he's practicing. Yeah. He's actually running routes too.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
he's used to coming back from injuries, so. I hate to say it that way, but he is used to coming back from injuries. There is a certain experience level in that actually does help you come back quicker going forward. It's the truth, though, because he knows how his body responds. He does. He has that insight that a lot of players don't have. It's like I said, it sounds like a knock, but it's not a knock. It's the honest truth.
I get it.
So you only get that through experience. But I think in the end, because this is such a young team, and this team doesn't have a ton of established guys that have been there multiple years that are vocal leaders in that locker room, I think the Giants will do everything within their power to give him a chance to make this roster. And it's going to be up to him to prove he's healthy enough to make it. But I think that is going to matter.
So with that being said, then because I always go back to the question: do we keep 6 or 7 wide receivers?
I have to say,
I think we keep 7. Coach keeps saying 8. I just don't see 8, man.
Coach.
That's a lot of receivers, Coach. That means a safety or a corner has to go.
And because
they may only keep 4 inside linebackers. Or they may only keep 3 outside linebackers.
How many corner DBs are able to play both cornerback and safety right now?
Man, you got the guy we signed from the Lions. You got the new guy from Duke that we signed. You drafted.
He won't make the team.
Which one? Wait a minute. Who won't make the team?
McLean. What's his name?
The guy from the Lions here. I need my cheat sheet to pronounce the name. I'm the worst at that.
No,
He's
what
not
I'm
going to
saying
make
is
Warrior.
Warrior.
Yep, there we go. A Warrior.
Hold on.
I want to mispronounce it.
You don't think he's going to make the team?
I don't. For everything I've heard, he's looked horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous. And so I got
talk about the kid from Detroit, Amani Warrior.
Amani Warrior, yeah. So I got a friend of mine actually does a Lions podcast. So I got other friends that do a whole bunch of other teams and stuff that I get a chance to talk to, and I always talk to them whenever we get a guy and say, hey, do me a favor. If you got a chance to come on me tonight where we're talking, come on. If not, do me a favor. Give me your quick scouting report. He didn't get a chance to come on the show, but he gave me the scouting report. He said, this was a guy they had such high hopes for. Something happened last year, and all of a sudden, he was getting burnt down the field like you would not believe. This guy was horrendous last year for them.
Did the scheme change? I don't think.
No,
they had
it wasn't.
Coaches and everything, right?
It wasn't anything as far as that. It's almost like, to use a reference as far as baseball. You know when a closer kind of loses his confidence and he's just shot at that point. It's almost like that happened to him. Like he got burned a couple of times and he was just done.
Yeah,
he wasn't the same player. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in his head. Okay.
So either you can get him out of his head or you can't. And that's up to him as much as the coaching staff. And from everything I was hearing with the OTAs and all, he was getting burned a couple of times there. You kind of got to figure out from the guys who were the mirror for the media, because the Giants won't tell you who got burnt whenever there's a touchdown scored.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
They want to make everybody look good. Everybody's spectacular.
Just like they don't tell you who threw the interception, right?
Yeah, no, they'll tell you that usually because they just won't say who threw it. Yeah, they'll say who caught it, not who threw it.
Yeah, who threw it, yeah.
But when you listen to people like, Jordan Ronan, Pat Train, Art Stapleton, guys that were there at those meetings there, I can't remember who said it specifically, but I heard 2 separate people say that a Warrior looked horrendous.
Yeah, and I know they're high on Hawkins. What did you hear about Hawkins? I know they're
I haven't heard much on Hawkins, which is a little weird to me. Because you think a rookie, that's the guy you want to hear things on. You know what I mean? Especially because he's a guy who fits the scheme very well. He's the perfect prototype size, speed, and everything that you want for Wings defense. But everything I heard coming out of college, he's a project.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, if you don't hear much, that means it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't hear much, you don't hear much from a DB.
Unless it's a guy like Nick McLeod that they keep on propping up, like Nick McLeod's going to be the next, all pro at that point.
It's getting late for me. Night.
All right, Mets.
All right, Mets.
All right.
Have a good one.
Night, Snarf.
No, but we have been hearing about Owens though. Owens been making some plays.
Who, sorry?
And that's safe. That's Javarius Owens.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, for a 7th round pick to get this kind of excitement in camp, like I'm kind of impressed.
Maybe, Bobby McCain has been making a lot of noise too. He's going to be the starter next to
fun competition.
So I'm hearing actually Nick McLeod might be the starter, and Bobby McCain will be safety number 3, becoming a nickel and dime packages, might be coming down to the slot, even covering in that regard.
Well, I'm hearing he's even better there in the nickel than he is at the safety.
That's what I'm hearing a lot of. Nick
McLeod that means Pinnock might be gone.
But that creates that causes.
Penny can go.
Everything you guys are talking about. That's why I said I think there's going to be 8 wide receivers. Why? Because you have multiple guys who in the defensive backfield who can play safety, nickel corner, and in an emergency situation.
That's true.
So that's why I say that because of the injury situation with Robinson maybe Shep, if they want to throw him on the pup list, to that's why I say there's 8. And then don't forget the return ability. Everyone cries about, oh, we don't want a Dory back there, but I mean, you have a couple of guys who are right on that fringe who
I want
you
Hyatt
can
back
put him
there.
back there. You want Hyatt? You want?
I want Hyatt back there.
I want Crowder.
Robinson back
I'm not
there.
gonna lie. I want
You
Crowder.
said Crowder? You said
Yep.
Crowder, coach?
I'm not so
Yep.
sure Crowder makes the team.
I don't think Crowder's making the team.
But that's where
injuries.
Exactly. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
And you can put him back there as a special teamer, also as that 8th guy.
I'll give you a good one, coach, on this year. You're talking about all these having all these wide receivers. Here's where that might happen is if they go with a guy like Jeff Smith, because they seem very big on having a gunner, and they really think this is the guy for that position. Which to me, I don't know, I'm kind of curious to hear what you guys think of this, because this boggles my mind when I hear this, because I let me put it this way. I despise the Scottish Hammer with a passion. Like, he gets under my skin like you would not believe. Like, if you need a guy to punt it right to the end zone, he's your guy. This man does not know how to get the high lift at that point and pin him within the 10-yard line. He does not know how to hit a corner for the life of him. And it's like they keep saying, oh, he needs a gunner. He needs a gunner. How the hell does a gunner fix that problem? I don't care if this man's at the opposing 40-yard line or if he's at our 30-yard line. He's going to hit it smack dab right in the middle, right into the back of the end zone. He's not a punter. He's a guy who kicks the ball far. That's all he does.
He makes he's important, but he makes me know never mind. I mean, I don't even really. He's not good. He's replaceable. Motherfucker far, but
I've always had issues with him.
Yeah, he's replaceable.
Why'd we sign him first? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Does that make any sense? We're like, the free agency starts. We're like, oh, quickly, let's re-sign the Scottish Hammer. We need this guy.
I had no idea.
It was definitely no rush.
I'm big on directional punting. I am. I have to admit that I am big on that because you know what? Number one, it cuts off half the field. Technically, you're covering half the field. Yes, if they run across the field, you have to widen your coverage. But if you kick it right, your gunners, which they're talking about, one is coming across the field, but one is running straight down the field. So they don't have to run to meet at a point. They can run down, and that one on that same side usually can, if the ball is high enough and deep enough, and it's taking away half the field. The best situation is if you're trying to pin him inside the 10, that gunner can now run right past him and down the ball. The other one is supposed to be attacking him. Worst case scenario, you're keeping him inside and you're forcing him to flow, forcing him to help, because then the rest of your coverage is coming down. This guy does not do that. Like you said, he puts it in the end zone. Or he's always it just seems like he's trying to shank it on his.
It takes forever to punt.
I don't think he's ever been a directional. He's always been just.
He's a rugby player. That's why he's not an actual punter.
Hey,
I'm not trying to knock the guy when I say it that way. He didn't grow up learning to do that.
What about that kid? What about that kid? Nobody's talking about this. Remember that kid?
Matareza?
Yeah.
I knew you were going there. I knew you were going there.
He got acquitted. He got acquitted.
Punt god.
Yeah, all that shit was false. He wasn't even there. Like all that shit was false, and they
nobody picked him up yet.
Here's the problem: if he was a quarterback with that kind of hype, he'd be picked up in a heartbeat before the case even got dropped. Because he's a punter, no one's going to take the risk.
Well, and they.
I don't agree with it, but no one's going to take the risk.
Yeah,
it'll be a year. I say they're going to give him a year to cool off.
All the publicity that they had around him of course, drama sells or whatever, but it was just completely false, and they ruined this kid's career, and they're just like, oh, all right, whatever, next.
Well, see, the question I have is because you said he was acquitted, they didn't drop the charges. So what that says is, the jury.
I don't know the exact terminology. All I know is that they were saying that he was. It was all a lie. He wasn't even there.
Yeah. And that's the thing, yeah. Now, see, that's the thing. When he's not there, yes, you're right. It's like, so why hasn't anybody picked him up? Is it because everyone right now is seeing what they have and they're waiting? Because it's still early. It really is, and we have to see. And then what happens when it's closer to training camp? Does someone say, well, we want an extra? Because that's what the OTAs start to tell you. Are we okay right now, especially with the punters? Okay. let's go. We can stay with him. But if not, then do you go out and do you grab someone? So, and hopefully, I'll be honest, the Giants can go grab him right now and get rid of the Scottish Hammer. I'd be ecstatic.
I
I'd
mean,
be
and how much?
ecstatic.
What's the base market for a punter?
Not much.
He's not going to cost you any money.
And he's young. He's young. You can get him
looking
damn
for
near on a
opportunity
rookie deal.
now.
Yeah,
He's
you
probably
can
just
get him
looking
on a
for
rookie deal.
opportunity.
Yeah. So
Give him
I tell you what, if we could get a damn punter in here, like we had when we went and had our championship runs, we'd be okay. But these punters, I think the dude before him, what was his name, Dixon or whatever. Oh my god, he couldn't kick
Riley
it.
Dixie.
He couldn't
Riley
punt it
Dixie.
28 yards. And then we got this moron that takes 10 years just to punt the ball, getting shit blocked, and he can't catch the ball, and he's punted directly into the end zone. Like, damn, you can't make him fair catch it at the 8?
Yeah.
Hey, come
No
on,
hang
bro.
time, no corners.
we need a
He needs
Steve
to work with
Wilkes.
Jeff. He needs to work with Jeff Eagles. He really does. That man needs to sit
Hell,
down with Jeff
give
Eagles.
me the dude that be doing the YouTube videos. What's his name? Destroy.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Give Jeff Eagles
He
a
can
helmet,
put the
man.
ball and run down there and tackle him.
Yeah, get Jeff Eagles out of retirement. Let's just get him back.
Yeah,
60 years old or whatever he is.
I bet you can still punt the ball too.
Hey,
And he'll hit
his
the corner
whole-
every time.
Man, his whole leg and ankle might explode. That man is 60 plus years old.
Look, you punt the ball. Guess who's the first one everyone wants to try and block? It's him.
Right. He put the ball, his whole cleat go with the ball. His whole foot went down there.
His
with
leg,
it.
his leg just keep on spinning like a pinwheel on the side.
Right.
Next thing you know, he's joining Joe Namath for the AARP commercials at
Right.
halftime and everything.
But fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down, man. I got an early one in the morning. I held it down as long as I could, man.
I'll let him know.
All right, man. Appreciate you guys. Shoot, when everything gets situated, I'm gonna try to bring the show back with a whole lot more, man. Y'all just wait, man. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, I was waiting, man. I was like,
All right, have a good one, Big Pat.
All right, Pat.
All right, y'all have a good one, man.
Easy, bro.
I need to get back to this
Now.
to these 8 wide receivers you keep talking
That's
about.
my turn,
Coach.
Vic.
Hey,
Okay. Which
Yo,
wide
we getting out of here
receivers,
too?
2 on the pub.
Huh?
Most of our injuries last year was to the wide receivers and in years past. So I mean, they need all these receivers to be able to
See you
substitute.
guys.
Yeah, but
All right,
that
what's
Joe?
crazy is
All right,
you
Joe.
say that, but
Yeah.
then we go ahead and get Paris
Right.
Campbell, who's had trouble staying healthy. We get Darren Waller, who's had trouble staying healthy.
But
It's
I was saying that
like-
earlier.
it's-
All the weapons, right?
It's almost like the Giants are like, okay, let's look at the free agents available. Who has injury issues? Let's.
Hey, but if one of them get
I'm
injured,
surprised we didn't sign Jimmy G to be the backup quarterback
Oh
at this
my
point. We
gosh.
just love injured players. We just love
Oh
them.
yeah. That's right.
Oh yeah, Rav. We can't
Hey,
talk about
no.
Jimmy G.
well, maybe
So you
if
want-
Brady
we have
Manning.
maybe if we have eight half
Ready there?
injured players,
Got it.
You got the notes? Yeah, I want to hear it.
that'll make four. That'll make 4 whole receivers.
I want to hear it because yeah, I want to hear
4
it.
games apiece. It works out.
Paris Campbell, Slayton, Hyatt, Hodgins. Those are definite. That's 4,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
You have Colin Johnson, who's a maybe, but I think he, has a strong possibility. You have Wheaton. Then you have, of course, Robinson and Shepard. Right now I said one of those two, if they make it, is probably going to be there. The other one's going on the pup. Then you have Jeff Smith, because we're talking about the gunner, and Jamison Crowder.
That's 10.
Like half our roster is
10,
wide
coach.
receivers.
No, I said with Wandale Robinson and
Oh,
Shepard.
okay.
Oh, both of them.
Right.
Both of them.
We're
be on
going
the
back
pup.
to the,
Okay.
the old
Okay.
days. You guys got to play defense. We got too many receivers, guys.
Man.
And-
Both ways.
I can
I'll
tell you
tell you,
right
Wheaton
now,
will be
with
on the practice squad.
With the cornerbacks, I said I had 6 cornerbacks, and where
Okay.
the safeties at? The safeties.
See, I got 6 corners too. I got at least 4 safeties. Some people
I
got
have
3
6
safeties.
corners, and I have 5 safeties.
Going back to that Nick McLeod
I'm sorry.
conversation
I
though.
have four. I had four safeties. I took one off. I'm sorry. I took Pinnock off, and I have Owens, Belton, McKinney, and McLean right now. That's before I heard about what's his name. I did this before McLeod was starting to make a move. So, but I have four, and I had Pinnock as the odd man out.
If when I saw that when they were talking about McLeod, it was that interview with Jerome Henderson. I thought he was just a corner that they was testing out at safety. They actually moved him to safety, so that's that's big. That's big there. So
exactly, that says a lot.
He goes from a guy that I didn't have making the roster to a guy that's probably going to most likely on the roster, but also gives you that versatility of playing cornerback and safety.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what's funny is you listen to the coaching staff talk about Nick McLeod. They talk about him as a Swiss Army knife, a guy you can put anywhere. It's almost like they just replaced Julian Love with.
Yeah.
Bingo.
I mean, literally the same exact descriptive term and everything. It's like
because
they
Love was
said
a
it
cornerback
without
too
saying
coming
it.
out.
Yeah, and they said it without saying it. Basically, that this is the new Love deal.
And that's been their biggest, one of the biggest things that Joe Shane and Davo has been preaching since they came to this organization was versatility. So I mean, pretty much every majority of the players that we have are playing or can play multiple positions. They can play in different spots on the field, from the receivers to the running backs can either, they could catch the ball or just run the ball. Our quarterback can pass and he can run. Our DBs can float around from Adoree playing inside the slot to playing outside on your top receiver. We got a lot of versatility, man. This is gonna be like we've been talking about, man. There's gonna be so many different parts moving at once. And I think that the last year, the plays that we saw, I think this next year is a whole new chapter, a whole new labyrinth of fucking plays that's about to be brought out onto this NFL teams, man.
In honor of the summer movies, we'll say it'll be a whole new world.
Yeah, labyrinth. I did.
You said labyrinth. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's amazing.
We're going David Bowie style now. We're going David Bowie style.
Right?
Hey, I showed my age a little bit right there.
With the Muppets and all that, right?
Listen, you zoom into my camera enough, trust me, I'll show my age real quick.
You still young. Stop it. You still young. I don't think you're close to me.
Coach always talking
I'm
about
67 years old, Coach. 67. I am. I've been just drinking milk and it shows.
No, he's not.
Get out of here. I'm not falling for that. No.
Coach, you always talk about that
I'll be
old
41
stuff, you ain't
soon.
even old, Coach.
I'll be 41 soon.
See, there you go. See,
I'm right behind.
The 30s when you start to die, so therefore I'm like 10 years into my death years.
Look, I'm 56 with a broke down body, but I'm still freaking 18 years old. I don't care what anyone says.
See, here's the problem. Mentally, I'm 12. But here's the real issue, you guys. So I don't know if you guys have ever got the chance to meet Bobby Skinner before.
No,
because people talk about that. I met him at his height. He and I are the same height. I'm 6'7".
Oh wow!
Man, I wish I was that fucking tall.
No, trust me. Everyone says that until they're 6'7". Listen, when I was in my 20s, it was freaking spectacular. Don't get me wrong. Now, especially living here in Florida, here's one of the biggest issues I have. I go hurricane prepping. Whenever a hurricane comes, you got to prep. It's like you guys with the bread and milk. Like there's nothing coming, but we still got to go get the bread and milk.
Yeah.
So you go into the store. Shelves are empty. You know how long it takes me to get through one aisle? Everybody's like, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, can you help me with this?
Oh,
hey,
my
can
God.
you help me with that? Plus, everybody wants to make comments like, hey, Jolly Green, too tall and stuff like that. Like, oh, you must play basketball. Like, could you imagine going to a short person and like, hey, you must play hide and go seek. You must play that doesn't happen.
Oh, my God.
That doesn't happen. So, like, no, but in all seriousness, the big issue, dude, I got back issues, knee issues, ankle issues, every single issue, joint pretty much known to man because of the height.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I guess
6'2", 6'3", that's the good height. Once you get past that,
I'm 6'2", so but see,
yeah, like
I'm 6'2", I'm 6'2". The most I ever weighed was 420. Right now, I'm probably about
420.
I was 420. Man, let me tell you something. If it wasn't for health reasons, I'd want to get bigger. I feel better. I feel better. 400. I say 400 is the best weight for me. I physically feel I look best. but I know it's not healthy, especially being in my 50s. Like right now, I deal with the compression of my spine.
The
So
disc,
that's the
yeah.
issue.
Yep.
So, so it's like, I got to get my weight down because right now I'm about 360, 365 ish. And I got to get back down to closer to 300, maybe closer to my college weight of around 280, for me to not have issues like he's, saying about his back, walking issues. I do too, bro. I mean, I use a walker to get around. I literally have to do that. And there's so many times now it's like I gotta stop and I gotta sit down because of the pain. I have numbing in all my extremities. Now,
Yeah.
a part of this is I had to retire from playing some minor league semi-pro because I had spinal surgery. So, and they had to fuse part of my up in the C area. But
Yeah.
now it's lingering because I also had bulging discs, spinal compression, and as you get older, the more weight you have. And it's like, man, I just love my weight, man, because number one, it's intimidating to people, no matter what, as a big guy. And then if I have my serious coaching face on, where it's like, don't leave me the fuck alone. Don't mess with me.
Coach.
Everyone just leave me alone. Let it go.
Coach, what the hell were you eating?
What do you mean? What was I eating? I was eating good.
I know you was eating good. 420.
No, but no, seriously. What it was also, I wasn't being healthy because I was teaching during the day, and then I was Ubering at night, and a lot of times, sometimes I was working 20 hours in a day. I'd literally go home, take a cat nap, get up, shower, get to school, or I'm sorry, before I go to school, I look at my lesson planner. What do I have to prepare for? Then I get to school and I make sure everything is all set. I mean, early elementary, that's what I was doing. So it wasn't like it was high school. And you go through the day, and once the kids are gone, you get home. I check on my kids, make sure they're right, they're good. Do a quick meal plan, or make sure everything is good. Then I'm out the door, and I was Ubering, man. And I can't lie, I was making that money though when I was Ubering. So, I mean, at one time I took somebody from Upper New Jersey to Cincinnati. Bro,
wait a minute.
Uber
does that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is he got to go back. That's the problem.
Yeah. Going back.
Cross state.
It's like, I made $350 taking this drive, but then I got to get myself back. That's the problem. I know friends that do that, and that's the problem we're into, those long drives.
Upper New Jersey to Cincinnati was no $350. I'm telling you right now.
Well, you know what I mean, though.
No, I'm messing with you. Yes.
That's like 300 miles, right?
No, it was more than that.
Yeah. That's far.
I mean, one way is like 300, right?
It was like closer to
Cincinnati,
7,
Ohio.
8.
Because Cincinnati.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. It was about 7, 8. It was about 7, 8.
That's like Kentucky, basically, is where he's going at that point.
I mean, to go from Pittsburgh right here, it's going to take me 5 hours just to get to Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Yeah, so it takes you 17 hours just to drive through Pennsylvania.
So, please,
the longest freaking state ever.
I drove somebody
that's
from
the highways go east to west. Tennessee is bad too. Tennessee is a rough one to drive through.
If you drive through Texas, it takes you at least a day.
I mean, you're literally talking about the biggest state.
I'm just saying.
If you drive through California, it'll take you 3 days.
I'm just saying.
I also drove from New Jersey down to Homestead, which is outside Miami, and I loved it. I loved the drive.
Yeah, I love, especially when you go like on the back, like even when I drive up to Dallas to my buddy's house, I go the back way, so I like to go through the farm country and all that stuff.
Shit, Houston to Dallas is like what, 6 hours, right?
No,
it's only 3.5, 4.
I can't drive through farm country. I need a restroom available at all times, just in case.
mean, go outside.
You tell me there's no restroom, that's when I gotta go. Damn it!
So no, it's like every 15 miles.
It's not you forget he's 100 miles. He is 6'7". It's not like daylight.
By yourself, like my daddy used to say. Look, bro, seriously, you carry you an extra bottle in the back. It's a special bottle that no one should be touching. If you got to go, come on, man.
I'm going to go to the restroom instead of having the jar of apple juice. I'm just saying.
Okay, I digress.
Now I have learned the trick though. The trick though for the long car trips. Two things. First
It's not
one,
like that in
a really good podcast.
It's not like that.
I can list a few that are. Yeah, I can list a few. I'm just saying.
I like that.
But,
you know what I listen to? I listen to Crime Junkies a lot.
You know, here I'll give you a good one. If you want to hear about a crazy podcast, there's a podcast out there called "My Dad Wrote a Porno."
Oh, he wrote one.
No. I'm not saying my father did. That's the name of the podcast.
He said this is a show.
That's the name of the podcast. No, I heard him. I got
this guy found out that his dad was writing softcore porn novels and selling them on Amazon. Okay. Now these things are absolutely horrendous. Absolutely, like literally. So this guy and two of his friends go chapter by chapter. Each chapter is an episode. And it's hilarious because one of the three is a woman. And she's like, has your dad even been with a woman before? Does he understand the biology of how things work? And it's insanity. Like, it's the worst written thing ever. It's so horrendous. It's good. It's a bestseller.
It's so bad, it's good.
It's a bestseller now on Amazon because of this podcast.
45.
Look up just look up Belinda Blinks. That's the name of the things, and it's hilarious. Because randomly during the book, like, and Belinda Blinks.
All right, Jersey, I'm with you, Jersey. I'm with you, King. I feel you, bro. See, there you go. So, but Jay, as far as your hair, if you watch the NBA draft, damn near every damn kid had hair just like you.
See,
so you in style. You in style, bro. You in style.
No, this is.
Oh my god!
My moms would be mad as hell if she thought I was going outside with my shit. Like,
man,
now,
stop showing off, man.
Seriously,
I can still comb it out. Like, if I had it combed out, it would be way. You know what I'm saying? It would be way more. If I had it braided, usually I have it braided. I just have
braided up.
My problem is nature started giving me a mohawk. Just in the front.
I got the Uncle Phil.
I got the thinning hair right up in here, man. So I mean,
I grew this out because my boys, they was saying they seen some picture and then we was roasting each other and stuff.
That coach just showing off now.
And then
look, my hair is standing up here. Like my kids tell me all the time, Dad, cut it off.
Dude,
your hair is standing.
You think that's thinning? Let me grow my hair out for a couple of weeks and we'll show you thinning then. Okay.
Now, yes. I've had locks for years. My hair was like Jay Lay's. So think about it. It used to be like Jay Lay's. Now it's like this.
Yeah.
So it's really thinning. So I get it, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't have no shame with it.
Coach, I started balding at like 26. So listen, yeah. I want to hear about you still got locks at 56.
And you got something. You still got a lot there. The whole reason why I grew this out, usually I have a low cut fade, like a tune and a taper fade or whatever. But I took this picture, man, and then it was like my friend was like, "Yo, you look like you fading up there."
Oh, you grew it? They scared you grew it?
He's trying to hide it.
Like it was getting thin. And so I was like, what? And I looked at it, I'm like, fuck. So I just grew my shit.
You just grew it like forget it.
Growing it to not show it.
I don't know. I don't think it is, but I mean,
man, you got hair up there, man. You fine.
I've been trying to shut up this whole time.
I mean,
y'all been talking about y'all ailments and shit. I'm like, and then I'm
so that's what you're gonna hit us with. They talk about bones being sore and arthritis. You gonna talk about some hair.
Degenerative disc and back and all. He's like, let me tell you about my troubles. If I don't grow my hair out long enough, it doesn't look quite full enough.
Like my friend said my hairline was receding.
Hashtag first world problems. If I ever heard one before. Are you kidding me?
You talking about ailments and stuff like that? Come on, no.
Because
hit us up when you got diabetes or something real. Come on, man.
I'm in pretty good health. I actually just lost like 15 pounds. But
he's like, here I am losing weight. I got all this hair.
I got 15 inches of hair. So
let's just mute him. Who can mute him now?
Who's gone?
Talking about ailments, man. Come on, man. I deal with blood clots on a regular. Come on, man.
Yo, coach literally grabbed his cane. He grabbed his cane, and you gonna talk about some hair?
No,
I was trying to shut up the whole time. I was trying to like see where I was gonna jump in, like working out. Like
these are like, guys, just so you're aware, within 10 years, I might have my hairline go back a little bit.
No, look, it's
Right?
happening.
Yeah.
It's
See how it is?
You
I take everything.
man.
Oh my God!
Vitamin
You got a
box.
Rubbermaid tub full of it.
Some of it is vitamins. Don't get me wrong. There's vitamins in here, but all of that, I take this every day.
I'm your
Every day.
I'm just saying, the 400 pounds may not be a good idea. I'm just saying.
No, I know that. I know that. I know that.
I'll be 33. I'll be 33 in October. And
man.
look, let's just listen.
You're still a baby.
My left knee, man. I don't know what's wrong with it, but if I keep it bent or anything like that for too long, like when I'm driving, when I try to straighten it, it feels like my whole knees.
You know what it is? You know what? You got too much hair.
I got
too much
hair. Hey,
what are they paying for?
For my tendons are going up.
Seriously, J-Lay.
It's the weight. It's the weight of the hair.
30s when you start to die.
I'm going to say this. Well, number one, my oldest is older than you, so you a baby, all right? But seriously, okay, I got 3 in a grand. What's that saying? Okay, so, all right,
that's what that means.
Exactly. all jokes aside, because I understand what you're talking about with your knee and everything, because I deal with that. And when I stretch it, then I get spasms in my back. Like sometimes I'm shaking and everyone starts to get scared. And I'm like, no, it's cool. I just deal with that. Go talk to your doctor. Make sure that they check your nervous system out. Just make sure everything is good there, because that might be part of it. Because if you're stretching your knee and it's affecting other parts of your body, it's usually somewhere aligned with your nervous system. Because I deal with that.
You about to scare this man.
Man,
no, it's not. It's not meant to scare him, but it's.
You
I'm not trying to scare you. I want
throw a
you
huge party for 34 because you might not make it to 35.
No, but I just had my first I just had my first checkup. Not like what I'm saying. I ain't getting no
You're physical.
But first checkup, you're 33. This is your first checkup.
No, because I've been it's fucked up. But I've been with my wife since we were 17. I mean, shit, she's had 4 kids. She ain't got shit. I ain't got shit. I ain't doing nothing.
My God.
I realize
if she had 4 kids, you were doing something. I'm just saying.
I realize that's not how you're supposed to take care of your health. So she finally was like, "You need to go. Come on, now. You
exactly.
Yes, man. You ain't never. I just didn't ever want to call the fucking doctors and make the whole fucking shit.
Trust me, man.
I went. They checked my cholesterol and testosterone. They just said I was on the borderline of being pre-diabetic. So
pre-diabetic. Exactly.
So I need to stop eating. But I eat fucking Little Debbie cakes and shit all the time.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oatmeal cream pies. Whoever created those, the vicious person. Those things are freaking delicious.
Oatmeal cream pies.
Oh yeah. And those like pumpkin ones they do during Halloween and all.
I haven't had oatmeal cream pie in like 20 years.
I love you, bro.
Man,
I love you.
Hey, look, this is what I do every morning. I work for Safe Flight, right? And so I go get my glass and shit. And then there's a 7-Eleven, and I go to the 7-Eleven, bro. And I give me two Red Bulls. I give me a gallon of water, and then I give me a little Hostess Debbie cakes. You know the double stack ones. They got the new joint, the double stack joints. I give me one of those.
Wait a minute. You start your day with a Red Bull. Red Bull is supposed to be
water. No, okay. Look, when I'm at
that's supposed to be once you're tired.
When I wake up in the morning, I wake up at like 5, and then I wake up, I drink some water. I drink like a thing of water. After I do all my, clean myself up and all that, I drink a bottle of water and eat like some fruit or some shit like that, if anything. And then I'm gone.
Jaylee, so you start your day off with water and fruit, and then you throw a Red Bull on top of that?
Yeah, immediately.
I'm beginning to canceling out the water.
Oh my God.
Canceling out the fruit.
He said two.
But you canceling all that out.
I'm starting to see why she wanted to go to the doctor. I'm starting to see why she wanted to go to the doctor.
J-Lay. Okay.
You gotta leave the Red Bull
as a coach. Okay, I get it. I understand, but if you got to do like that, first of all, do your research, find out the right fruits, but make sure your potassium is good, things of that nature. If you want to start with fruit in the morning, bananas is always good because as athletes, what do? We give you what's up, Lou? Look at his
Back,
face.
man.
Lou came back
What
finally.
the hell are we talking about?
We
We're
tell you.
discussing
I was surprising. I was surprising. Yes.
Yo, you missed it, Lou.
listen, I don't know what happened. All of a
No,
sudden,
Pat.
we're talking
Pat said
about
good night, man. Pat had to go. Joel had to go. We was talking football, and then
we're
we
talking
started
about
talking about
Joe's
some
road
ailments.
travels.
Yeah.
A podcast called My Dad Wrote a Porno. It's all kinds of stuff going on here.
Yeah, we talk about that.
All right, well, sounds like a great show. All right.
Listen, don't let the goofball in. Goof things happen then.
Here's the thing. Did you take care of the leak?
Yeah. Quick fast.
No.
He's like, yeah.
He's like,
Now, I'm beginning to think the leak was a euphemism the way he said that. I'm just saying.
No. I'm a maintenance man and I'm on call.
Oh, yeah. I took care of that leak. Don't you worry.
The best thing is you're off tomorrow, though. You're off tomorrow.
Yeah, I wish it was that kind of ordeal, but no.
It's like,
Hey, Lou. So the gist of it is this. So Coach Ed was talking about, he got to use a walker. He was talking about, pains and stuff like that. And then Drew was talking about being 6'7" and having all types of joint pains. And then J-Lay decided to talk about his ailment, which was he got too much hair.
Something about it hurts his neck. He's got so much hair. His neck.
All that the weight of his hair hurts his knees. And that's how we ended it right there.
Yeah, I was quiet for a whole minute because they was talking about.
I was about to say some dirty shit right back and jump right in, but that would be too huge of a plausible comment.
So yeah, I didn't have nothing to talk about. They was talking about they sicknesses. I'm like, my knee hurt when I keep it.
He said, yeah, when he take long car drives.
If I drive for a long time.
No. Remember, when he wakes in the morning, he drinks some water, eats some fruit, and then he downs 2 Red Bulls.
It's like Jim Carrey and Liar Liar at that point. It's just like wired up, man.
Top it off with a Red Bull. Flowing, man. That's crazy.
King Jerry said, J-Lay, go to the doctor ASAP.
I'm in peak health.
You have no clue. You don't go to the doctor. You don't know.
No, I know. I did. I said, I know. I just went to the doctor for the first time. I think it was like
that's a basic check. You didn't. No. Like I was saying, if you're talking about your knee and the issues there, that's why I said because I deal with it.
Then he got to go to the specialist.
Listen, on the contrary,
you said
you don't go to the doctors.
Yeah, he did say that.
He did say pre-diabetic.
On the contrary, you don't go to the doctors because they don't know. They be fucking guessing. They be like, you go to the doctor and they be like, we're gonna run some tests. Oh well, shit. None of the shit that we ran the test for came back. We don't know. Okay, we're gonna try to put you on this, and if it makes you feel this way, call us.
No, here's what they do. We're going to run these tests. We're not going to tell you how much these tests cost beforehand. We'll send you a bill. Don't worry. You'll love this.
You get a bill.
When we give you the bill, you're going to have a heart attack, and then you'll have a medical condition that we can keep getting money out of you for.
You know what always helps? Fasting.
Okay, Brooklyn, you're back on the clock, Brooklyn.
Fasting helps.
You know what always helps? Go to Europe and go to travel there and do your health there.
Yeah.
I do eat but then that'll be like the only thing I eat because I'll be working, so I'm just like drinking water.
I do intermittent fasting. I don't eat until 12. I only eat between noon and 7 o'clock.
And the sun's the highest, and then before
I'm not. It's not like Ramadan. I'm just nothing like that. Come on, man. No, I ain't know. Yeah, no, I just eat between 12 and 7. That's
not a spiritual thing. I just choose not to.
But that's a good thing because it detoxifies you. It helps your digestive tract. And not only that, your body doesn't digest food after 9:30 p.m. Yeah. You can eat whatever you want, but after 9:30 p.m., your body is not breaking that food down.
So that's only if you don't sleep, though. If you stay awake, it does.
Yeah. And what if I have a dream?
A lot of people go to sleep.
What if I?
What's that?
I have a dream of me running?
He said, "What's the sleep stuff?"
I got to be at work in 5 hours, and here I am.
Oh man,
I'm so happy I'm off tomorrow, y'all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on vacation, man. I got to take a drive in 2 days.
That's me Wednesday. I'm off to the lake house for a couple of days, just chilling on the lake in Georgia.
Speaking of those long drives, Jayla, I got a 6-hour drive. I gotta make in 2 days. So
where you going?
I'm going taking the family to Disneyland.
Big Dad's eating his pork chop at 12. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I still do eat pork. I do eat pork.
Yeah, man.
No,
hey,
I don't need.
I'm gonna eat me some bacon, bro.
Bird said, 1 fish, 2 fish. Red fish, 2 fish.
Big man, paddywhack. Get a dog a bone.
Y'all terrible.
That's one thing I'm gonna it's some bacon and some fucking ribs, bro. I'm gonna eat me some ribs.
What?
Some ribs.
Bacon and ribs?
Oh my God.
Well, not together. I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. Why not together?
That might be good.
There's never been a scenario in my life where I've said, make this better, less bacon. I've never said that in my entire life. Like, you can give me a pile of bacon and I'll still say more bacon.
More
please.
bacon.
Turkey bacon, I'm rocking with you. Even a little beef bacon.
That's bacon. That's bacon.
Beef bacon.
I don't
Beef
need
bacon
pork.
is the shit.
That's bacon.
I don't eat pork. That's why I haven't eaten pork since.
No, beef bacon is banging.
Beef.
Yeah, beef.
I never had that one.
Beef
is just like
beef bacon used to make me mad, man.
It's carne asada.
Nah, turkey bacon makes me mad.
Turkey bacon
is cardboard.
No. You eat the wrong one. I can show you because they got there's this maple flavor that it is just like it's regular regular bacon.
Maple flavor.
The turkey bacon.
I'm not telling you.
I just can't rock turkey in general. Like, name one circumstance besides Thanksgiving where people are like, it'd be great, a turkey.
Some turkey
legs.
You know what? Nobody wakes up and says, I want some turkey.
No one does.
No,
Even on Thanksgiving, I feel like half of us eat it out of obligation.
No.
It's like we feel obligated to eat this big old dry bird that is so nasty. We have to shove 2 other birds into it to try to make it seem tasty.
Now, turkey wings. If you cook turkey wings or certain, turkey wings are good.
My turkey be juicy, but it is kind of like a. It is. You gotta like.
What is going on right now? Why are we talking about turkey?
Because I said I don't eat pork. I eat.
That's what happened when you leave, Lou. That's what happens.
We have no direction. We have no direction. We don't know what we're doing here.
We are running the asylum right now, man.
Yes.
We talked about hair. We talked about
Alex.
No. You talked about hair.
Oh yeah.
Well, no. In all fairness, we started talking about hair, and then he mentioned his hair. I think. Oh, no, you're right. He did start it off.
He started because we were talking about the ailments. He said,
and he talked about how hard of a time he's having.
He felt the need to share his hardships.
If you look through, I got a ball.
Hey, Lou.
That's not a bald spot.
One of his friends.
That's a parting. That's a seam.
One of his friends said you looking a little thin, and he grew his hair out. That's why he grew his hair out. Somebody told him he was looking a little thin up top.
We know how to get into his head now.
And now look what happened. He got a whole fro.
Lou, what's your problem? He's trying to get that good hair like you, bro. He's trying to get that good hair like you, man. Because we can see you got. I can tell you where the way
Lou's hair ain't going nowhere. You can tell by the hairline.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. Lou looked like my older brother, bro. He looked. If I had
you could tell by
it looks like Lou. It looks.
You could tell by Lou's hairline. His hair ain't going nowhere. He gonna be 70 with that hair.
And he get it touched up nicely. They edge it right. He makes sure. No. Don't. Right here. Don't go anywhere.
I had a friend growing up.
I be on my barber like, yo, don't put my hairline back.
You don't want no Stephen A. You don't want no Stephen A. That's
give me the 5 hair.
I remember having a barber.
Oh man, I haven't had a barber in years.
My barber is a pair of clippers and a sink.
Nah, I do my own. Listen,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I moved, listen, it was so long ago. I moved to Vegas in 2004 and I went to go get my haircut. It was $30. And this is 2004. I said never.
Everything more in
That's
Vegas.
back when I was paying $15 for a haircut. Now haircuts are like $100. So yeah. Nah.
You go get it. Like when I go to get my hair, I'll get my hair braided. And if I feel like it, if I want to, if I got the extra money, I'll go get a taper and all that stuff too. Usually I just go home and do it myself and I line myself up and then boom, I'm good as new. I just don't know how to do all that fake shit. But if I get the braids, the fade and my beard, which is the beard would be for no reason. I do that shit myself.
That's $1,000.
It's like I'm getting my nostrils waxed and stuff like that with the
it's so
Q-tips
much.
up
I
the
gotta
nose and
come
all.
back the next week and pay him again. I gotta do it in installment.
See, so that means you
I
you
get
don't need
half
all
my
that hair.
beard this week.
Yeah.
I get half my beard this
I
week.
get
I get the
all
other
that.
half next week.
I can get
Hey,
all of that.
Jayla, you know what I do? I got a Schick razor and about $1 worth of shaving cream. That's all I need,
Done.
and I'm good. I'm good for the $5 pay for the month.
I got some little lineup clickers, some little T liners.
Oh, I keep some Andes. I
Yeah,
keep the
there
Andes.
you go.
But still,
what you gotta do
if
is
I get my hair done, everything, all of that, tops is gonna cost me $75. Y'all talking about over $100?
No, it's not. It's not really. He exaggerated. It's like
Hey, coach. If you had the top, it'll cost you $100. Won't cost you $75.
Well, it's gonna cost to get your hair retwisted. It's probably going. I think it's because my wife got dreads, but she gets designs and shit like that. So her
Coach was talking about it earlier, Lou. You missed it.
Yeah, see,
he was talking about the top.
It'll be like $75, $80.
Look, I'm getting there. I'm there.
What you got to do is you got to reach out to a company that does razors about a sponsorship. Get a bunch of free razors, and you're good to go. I don't pay. I don't pay a dime.
We got to reach out to Manscaped.
I did. No, dude, honestly, don't.
Manscaped will do.
You said don't. You said don't.
It wasn't. I worked with them for a month. It was not a good experience.
Really?
Nah, they give you the whole thing to read and all that.
Once we agreed to do it, they were extremely non-responsive. They just wanted to use us for a month for draft coverage, and that's it.
But did you get a free Manscaped?
Wow.
I got a whole bunch of free stuff, dude.
Well, that's all I need. That's all I need.
Listen, if there's one thing you learn about me real quick,
you got exactly.
If there's one thing you learned about me real quick, dude, I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
So I'm a hustler by trade as well, not just a side project. So
rock bald head for the past 15 years. All right, King Jerry.
Literally, they sent me and my partner both 2 big packages of everything to clean your package. And on top of that, we got the beard trimmers and all that stuff, and we got $1,000 worth of free stuff. But it cost them like $20. Somebody probably makes it over to Shanghai for them for nothing, dude. So they don't care.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to pay actual money. That was the thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, that's to give you free products and not pay you no bread.
That's what they wanted to do. They said for a month to try it. As soon as I try to get from them what happened for the month to see how many hits they got off of it.
Shout out to Alex.
Nothing. They don't want to say a thing. So
They're
they just wanted to use this for the month.
Money off of you. On to the next. On to the next.
That's what it was. They wanted
everywhere.
They wanted the covers during draft time.
They didn't reach out to me.
Give back his hairy D's.
Oh no, I reached out to them.
Okay.
I reached out to them. Reach out to guys too. But here's the one thing I've realized. I can tell you this now. Doing that for a month of sponsorship like that, my views and everything went down on a lot of the platforms because you got to click that you're doing a sponsored post now.
Oh yeah. Oh, it has. Yeah, you get the little message at the top says.
So honestly, unless they were going to pay me a good amount of money, I wouldn't have continued anyway because it wasn't worth hurting the growth.
Yeah.
Because we've only been doing the video portion of this now for 6 months or so.
And they would want you to start the show off with it, right? You would have to do it at the beginning. They would tell you where they wanted you to put it and everything, right?
It's not just that. You got to click the button on YouTube and all that stuff saying this is a promotional thing and stuff like that. You legally have to do that stuff once it becomes an actual sponsorship.
Man.
Yeah, there is that message down there in when you upload your video, scroll all the way down.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's on. You have to put on Facebook #sponsored and all this stuff, so they know they don't want to push it because they want people to pay them, not us, for the advertising.
King Jers, you cutting that hat, King Jers?
Wow,
with the hat on. I don't trust barbers with hats, man.
I'm joking. I am my barber. I rocked the bald head for the past 15 years.
That's like trusting a landscaper who's got a gravel yard.
I'm a barber too, man.
I am my barber. I got you.
Since I was 21, man. So yeah, I've been my own barber since then. Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, we all have done our own thing here or there. Save some money unless you want to really go out and you want to get it really fresh.
They out there making money now, though.
Oh, they're making money.
That barbering is a hustle.
Even on people like us with no hair. They're still making money somehow.
I don't deal with barbers. I just realized that. I deal with the ladies.
I went to get a beard trim when I went to Alabama a couple weeks ago.
He wants to say something. I see. He wants to say something. He's like,
he wants to bring it back to football. That's what he wants to do.
It cost me $30.
He wants to bring it back to what's going on with you not messing with barbers, you're with the ladies. I think that's what he made the face. So he didn't want to make a comment there.
No, I already knew where that meant. I was just saying, like, how are we still talking about football?
Listen, it's the off season. Things happen.
Yeah. We did talk football for a minute.
Yeah, we did.
Look. I said it's 8 wide receivers. We were talking about that.
We just chilling with the homies at this point.
You guys are 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours in
about
at this point.
About an hour and 50 minutes was football.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're good. All right.
Exactly. So it's not. That's what I said.
Yeah, because even when you had to leave, Lou, we still talked football for probably like another 40 minutes after that. Because you was going for a pretty penny.
Alex asked a question.
Yeah. He said, "Who's the guy in the bottom middle?" That's two giant goofballs.
Yeah, man, go support the channel, man.
Exactly.
One of the two giant goofballs.
Well, yeah.
Which, by the way, I gotta say, we had a lot of fun jokes when we were sponsored by Manscaped. The fact there were two giant goofballs talking about shape balls and footballs.
I was thinking the same. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna touch that one.
I was right there. That's what my wife said too. No.
Man.
Oh man, yeah, I love y'all. Y'all are hilarious.
And canceled.
Right there it is. It's over.
Dude, seriously,
right?
I said when me and my buddy first started doing a podcast, I said if we're not canceled within the first year, I'll be shocked. And like, dude, we were even tonight. Like, somebody posted a comment about the submarine in the whole Titanic thing.
Hey, that's just gone. You gone. You out of there.
And dude, I was like, I was point blank like, listen, they rich. They took their chance. They lost. They played an ocean version of Russian roulette and lost the game. And I'm like, oh, we're getting canceled. This is the episode we get canceled. People just died today, and I'm saying this.
I've seen some bad things about that, man. Like some people make some jokes.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Dude, did you see the sub they were in? They literally had a lamp from Camping World inside of it to light up the sub.
It's a pill.
And they paid $250,000 to be in.
They had an aftermarket Logitech PlayStation controller.
When does a ticket cost more than a submarine?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
That was the biggest suicide ticket ever.
Hey, sir, we're not doing that. We're not getting me canceled.
Oh my God!
It was a tragedy, man.
It was.
And my condolences to them people. And on that note, guys, good night. This podcast right here. Hope you guys come back and join us next week. Subscribe to all of these great conspiracy theorists.
Okay, salute y'all.
Says show's over. Hey, color purple.
Hold on. We got to hear about
Close the piano. We got to get up out of here.
You already know. Popping. Ain't no stopping me now, steady rocking. Watch them hate on me now, cause I'm locked in. Watch the hate on me now, cause I'm popping. I ain't stopping.